like an angel. Still makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep. I'm a
Oh, oh, so good.
I saw stills of it.
Stills, yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Backwoods Horror Show. Oh no, did we lose Murr?
No, he's still there. He's still there.
Ah. I can't see him now.
He's still here in spirit.
He's. Oh, now he dropped. Hey, hang on. I got to pop him back in here.
There he is. There's big, beautiful Murr.
See, it was weird. He was here on my screen and then he disappeared. So, but he's back. He's back. Hey, before we go any further, okay? I do have one thing I need to say, and it's actually good news. Our man Cody, up there in the corner, just recently got engaged, huh?
Good news, man.
So tell us about it, Cody. How did you do it?
Well, I had a ring.
I think they did it during tubby time.
Was he wearing the Peach Fuzz mask? Oh, we don't want to get into
I don't like to kiss and tell too much. But yeah.
But yeah. Hey, and once again, guys, before we go any further, bad news again. Grandpa's not going to be here again, and he sent 2 videos. All right, here's what he's doing. See, and when I asked him, I said, "Why aren't you coming on the show anymore?" Right? This is what he said. Okay.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Bunch of bullshit.
So yeah.
bullshit.
So that's it. That's it. I had for the intro right there. So, hey, now Cody, you picked this. What are we talking about today, huh?
We gonna talk a little Peach Fuzz.
Peach Fuzz.
Yeah, it was well, we done the wheel again, and his pick was something low budget. And my goodness, brother, you could have not got any more low budget than these 2 films.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
especially the first one.
Yeah,
I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised.
Hell yeah, dude! I second that, man.
I would have never watched these movies if you wouldn't have picked them, brother.
Yup. Never saw them.
You hadn't seen Creep Crab? I thought you'd seen it.
No.
Wow.
And I never heard of them. Yeah.
I saw, like, your deal on Netflix or whatever, it comes up. Looking at it, I was like, that looks like a piece of shit, and I went right by it.
Yep, me too.
Yeah. So the first movie we're going to review is 2014's Creep, starring one of the co-stars and director is Patrick Bryce, and it had a budget of pretty much nothing. I think it was like $500.
Right.
I mean, like they had just one camera, 2 guys, and then they had a whole crew of like 3 people, and had a worldwide gross of almost $7.5 million. Holy shit!
What is that in the corner? Oh my god!
Bad for a $500 movie.
Yeah, no shit.
Scared the hell out of me in the corner up there.
Now, I was wondering if the main star guy was the director as well. But
no,
he was co-writer.
He's a co-writer.
Co-writer.
Okay. Yep.
And
These guys had worked, Patrick Bryce and Mark Duplass, they were buddies. They both moved to L.A. about the same time, and they became really good friends, and they kind of just spitballed this idea together and went up to, because Mark Duplass and his brother, I can't remember his brother's name, but they were already making movies together and making a bunch of short films and stuff and worked in TV. and
Yeah, he looked
and they
familiar to me.
basically
Yeah.
just and he was already basically a Hollywood veteran, even though you hadn't seen him around a lot. He'd been working in Hollywood
Yeah.
for years
Now,
before
if
Creep came around.
if I'm correct, the camera guy was the director, though, the one that was the guy hired to
Yeah.
come over, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes
Yep.
that makes sense too. You know.
Yeah, the blonde-headed guy.
Okay.
Patrick Bryce or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wasn't an actor. He was a writer and director, and so this was a little bit of a step out of his comfort zone. But it was just magic. I mean, they went up to Mark Duplass's brother's cabin.
And first of all, those
For,
steps look horrible, dude. That was a
true
lot of
that.
steps.
That was one of the most.
I'd hate to fall down them drunk. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, that ain't no shit.
But they went up there and shot for like 5 days. And they didn't even have a script. They had a 5-page outline, just hitting key plot points they wanted to hit.
Oh,
and then
wow.
over the next 2 years, they threw it all together. I mean, that's all Mark Duplass, all his improvisation. But it wasn't all done in 5 days. They shot the film. What they did, their method for it was just insane. They basically shot the film in 5 days, and then threw together a rough cut and started showing it to people, and started getting people's feedback on it, and then they'd go back and do reshoots. And this went on for almost 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Until they got a finished product they wanted, that they were happy with, and they just kept changing it up and going and doing reshoots after reshoots, because it wasn't costing them anything. They were just going up to this cabin and
just messing around,
Yeah, I never would have picked them doing
fucking
reshoots
around.
in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
I
Yeah,
gotta
but
say,
they just kept improving and getting just refining and getting it better and better and more like they wanted, and they kept showing each new cut. They'd re-edit it and show it to an audience again, and then take audience notes, and go back and tweak more things until they got a product they were ready to sell.
You know what I kept thinking? If that creep guy was Murray in real life, right? There is no amount of money in the world that would get me to film him in the bathroom in the tub.
Scrubby time, man. Some people pay.
Now,
good.
Z, Z, it's okay. Come on in, Z.
Right. Put the water on your head.
Now, this film was named correctly, because I mean, from the
rubber
very
dubber
first
duckies.
time you meet the creep, he is a creepy motherfucker.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
gets
he
tapped
was-
on his door, then gets him out of the car, then he's like, "Come here, man. Come on, look, give me a hug. Give me a hug." I mean,
Yeah.
that's like the first thing,
Break
and
the
it's like,
tension, yeah.
what?
He was very
hell?
believable. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
that's what
yeah.
I was going to throw in. I think he is one of the best on-screen villains I've seen in years. I mean, he was so genuinely creepy. Just everything about the dude is just so creepy. It's the only movie I've seen in years that made me nervous. It made me uncomfortable, it made me
uneasy through the
just
tension.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you got to think about this. This is a horror movie with no gore, basically.
No gore,
And
no
it's just-
budget, no
But-
special effects, and it's badass.
The terror, the horror is there.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
horror's there because the whole time I was like, what would I do in this situation? Like the way he manipulated the guy to keep staying and how he would turn. And it's like I started thinking about that I know people like that. There's people like that in real life. And
Well,
Hey,
Trav-
hey, Murray and I could back up that story. We definitely knew one person specifically that was like that. Yeah.
Trav
Oh,
can confirm
we
this.
lived somewhere, Mermeisto.
yeah, well, that was a different kind of
Yeah.
creepy though. This guy was like maniacal genius, manipulative narcissist. I was fascinated the whole time. I'm
See,
like,
well,
Oh yeah.
The way I saw his character, it almost felt to me like as if you were going up to an electric fence and you just kind of poking to see where the weak spots were. And that's what he was doing to the camera guy. Like he was testing him, poking at certain things, just trying to see get reactions.
That's how he got his rocks off. That's how he got his thrills, is by seeing how far he could push people and get without them freaking out.
And I don't want to jump ahead into part 2 until we discuss part 1, but that's what makes part 2 just as genius, if not more genius than part 1, because we'll get into that discussion. But when I saw part 2, I was like, fuck, man, I thought this was going to be a carbon copy of part 1, and they give us what they gave us with part 2. And I couldn't have been happier with it. I was like, wow.
I kind of like the second one better, to be honest. Yeah.
Well,
a lot of people do.
Since we're going to get to that, and I know we're going to get to this part in the first one, right? I know we're going to get into this and talk about it, but I have to say that the second half of the movie, once he was gone from the cabin, was creepier, in my opinion. I don't know. I just
he was back at home.
Back at home. Yeah.
Because that's what really made it real, more real.
And that's the thing. Like, how can you keep getting this movie creepier and creepier from what they done, and they pulled it off? Just like, all right, he's still pretty new in the cabin at first, and he's like, all right, man, I'm gonna go take a bath. All right, he's like, okay, and he goes up there, and then
as soon as he gets there,
it's like a 30-second pause, and then he pops his head back. You coming? You're videotaping everything, right? And the guy's like, okay. And he walks up, kind of pokes in. No, it's okay. Come on in.
Yeah, give me a minute.
And, and we forgot, at first, his main plot point is telling him, I'm dying. I have a son, a newborn son, and this is a videography for him, what I'd be like. And then he's like,
brain tumor or brain cancer or something like that? Isn't that what
Yeah, something like that. I forgot.
Yeah, brain tumor.
And he's like, I'm going to film what I would do with my son having tubby time. And he's in the tub and acting like his son's on his bare chest. And then I'm like, at this point, I'd be like, dude, you're like giving me pedo vibes now. We're done.
I'm out.
But Trav,
you like the candles.
You can't help but find this guy relatable, because, I mean, remember when we were younger, anytime we'd have a party at my house, and anybody, friends would bring friends of friends over that had never been around us before, and we just do everything in our power to make them feel as uncomfortable as...
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean.
Are you saying you want him to talk about that now, or do you want to do it after?
What are you talking about?
We can wait. We can hold off for a little bit on the.
Hold off on the Trav story, the story time. Okay, all right. Okay.
Hold off on the creep.
The creeps.
Yeah.
We all have an inner creep somewhere. Yeah.
Right, but man,
I got a few of them.
I was gonna go out.
Depends on the audience.
I was gonna go out on a limb and say that this guy might be the best psychological creepy motherfucker since Hannibal Lecter. Like
I'm glad you said that.
Much.
Yeah,
I would am right there. I did with Anthony Hopkins' performance in Silence of the Lamb, Jack Nicholson in the Shining, right up there.
Yeah, because after you see part 2, and you really see how fucking good this guy is in that role, it blows my mind that this movie has been out for 10 years, and I'm just hearing about it now.
Same here.
And I was absolutely blown away because...
See, Murray, that is the magic of Backwoods Horror Show.
That's right. See? So anybody else listening out there, take Cody's advice and just watch these movies, man.
I do have to admit, when you first picked that and I first saw what it was, I was thinking, oh God, it's one of those movies where you're looking through the camera,
Me too.
And I'm like, oh, I'm so tired of those. But I actually, just like Murray, in fact, last night I finally was able to download the second one. So I actually watched it today. And just like Murray and you guys, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought they were great.
This one reels you in. That's like right at first, like when he pulls up to the cabin, the guy comes out and they're in the house and all that. I'm like, oh. And then you pass that point, you're hooked. You can't look away.
Yeah.
And I do got to agree with you that I would say he's like the creepiest, like just straight up creepy. And he'll give you the creep feeling. Other like Hannibal Lecter lures you in. You know,
Yes.
this guy keeps you in and does a different scenario every time. You know, we'll get into that later. But it's just,
sure.
I don't know. There's something about him. He has a niche. He has definitely found his professional niche.
Yeah. You know, I was even thinking I would buy a Peach Buzz action figure if they made an action figure of this guy. I was so impressed with this movie. But yeah, like Steve
only if
said,
it comes with the tubby time too.
Yes, yes.
You can put them down and put them in there. But no, I was like Steve. I put on this movie and one time, and I tried to start watching it, and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to watch this shit. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get ready for the show. I'm gonna get past the first 5 minutes. The second the creep hits the screen, I was totally sucked in and just watching it.
I tried calling him. He's like, I can't. I'm watching the movie. I'm watching the files now.
Did you see what Cody's old lady just said?
Yeah.
She commented.
Cody introduced these films to me the first year we started dating, and I really loved them. And she's stuck with you. She's a keeper.
That's why they're
getting married, I did my best to creep her out when we were watching them too.
And it just turned her on, didn't it?
So, did you introduce Tubby Time?
Well, as long as
that was after.
I don't kiss and tell.
Yeah,
much. They're like me. They got too many kids. Any free time you have is Tubby time.
Hey, I was down that road before, my friend. I know that feeling. Yes.
Yep.
And then you hear noise in the other room, and you're like, damn.
That was, man, that Peach Fuzz scene with him in the doorway doing his little fucking dance. That part right there.
So here's the actual scene right there.
No, I was talking about where he's in front of the door.
Oh, in front of the door, yeah.
Won't let him leave.
Yeah, and he's doing his like.
Yeah, do that like fucking sexy time dance.
Yeah, that naughty wolf dance.
It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I just want to leave. I'm ready to leave. I'm leaving now. And then charges him.
Now, I do have the trailer for those that haven't seen this movie. I do have the trailers if you want to see that.
Oh, hey, yeah. Yeah, let's play it.
Okay, so here, since we're talking about the first one, here's the first movie right here.
All right, we are leaving the flatlands and we are heading up towards the mountaintop. The ad said $1,000 for the day, filming services. Discretion is appreciated. A yellow door. I'm realizing that no one knows I'm here.
Hi! Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm assuming you're Aaron.
Yeah, I'm Aaron. Nice to meet you.
Joseph. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is gonna be a good day.
So the reason I've hired you is because I have terminal brain cancer, and I want you to film me to make a video diary for my unborn son.
You ready for this?
Okay. Joseph!
This is called an adventure. We don't know exactly where we're going, but I have a feeling. When you follow those feelings, great things can happen. Don't ever forget that.
Joseph?
There was about 2 seconds there where it looked like you wanted to kill me.
Joseph? I think I'm gonna head back. You see my keys?
One drink, okay?
Bottoms up.
Hello. You need to get out of that house right now.
Joseph. Joseph.
Why do you look scared? Don't be scared. It'll all be over soon.
That's definitely interesting. You know, the one thing I also thought was really cool is when he first took him by the stream and stuff, and there were the rocks and stuff, and then he showed him the rock with the heart in it and everything
Yeah.
too. I don't know. I thought that was cool. That made me think of you guys down in the backwoods doing the river thing, you know?
And Cody and Travis, just for the record, I did not think of you guys when that scene was going on. That whole scene made me
Thank you, Mark.
uncomfortable from start to finish. I was like, fucking A,
I'm
dude.
just
I'm
talking about being down by a river, man.
I
Come
know,
on.
dude. But I'm just saying, like,
I'm not
dude,
some kind of
I
creep.
was totally creeped out that whole time, man.
I already see it. You guys are going to come down and go on a float. Me and Cody's going to go up in the woods and have a outline of Budweiser cans in a heart shape for you to stumble across.
Come on,
It's amazing,
man.
isn't it?
In the woods. Come on, man. It'll be fun. Come on.
Murray, once again, I was not thinking of you.
Oh man.
Oh, and by
like anybody that's not watching, I mean, we're obviously going to talk about some spoilers, but
Oh, yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah.
I can't
But then
not
again,
let-
it is a
Spoiler
10-year-old. It is a 10-year-old movie, so obviously, you know.
We do spoilers on this
Yeah,
show.
if you haven't
It's all
seen it
good,
by
Murray.
now, shame on you.
Oh, hey, and
Yeah, well, dude, I have a feeling that the more people that find out about this movie are just going to be sucked into it. And that's why I'm so excited to start watching the files. Like, I'm actually going to pay for the Shudder subscription so I can
I've
see
watched
the
some of them.
files. Like, I have to. I have
The
to.
files, I've only saw 2 of the files, and they're not holding up like the movies do.
Oh, okay.
So far,
yeah,
for
see,
me.
'cause
I
the
watched
first
4.
episode- What do you think?
I'll say
Cody?
this about them: they're unlike Creep 1 and 2. I've only seen 4 episodes of it. There are 4 of the 6 episodes of the Creep tapes, but
Right.
Mark Duplass is great as always as
Mm-hmm.
the Creep, but they each episode is its own contained story, it's its own contained
Right.
tape, murder and spoilers. But everybody already kind of knew that.
Well, yeah,
I guess
yeah.
what they're getting into there, but unfortunately each episode is. They mix things up a little bit, but it's very repetitive.
Yeah,
And
see,
it
that's kinda what I
seems
was
like it's
worried
thrown together, too.
Yeah.
You know,
I wish it would just give us a proper part 3, because I want to see
3,
the
yeah.
continuation of that story. I want to see
See,
where the rest of part 2 goes. You know,
when we get into part 2, then I have a question for you guys for the ending. Okay, all right. So,
All right.
just to see what you guys got out of it, because I wasn't sure. But one thing that we are forgetting in the first one is the voice on the phone, the girl.
yes.
And that is played by actress Katie Aselton, I think is how you say her name.
Okay.
But she's
Think so,
actually, see, I don't, spoiler alert, she's the sister. You
Yes.
know,
Yep.
which she plays a character, Angie, right? Isn't that correct?
I believe
Yes.
so.
Yeah. Which was supposed to be the wife that's into freaky animal sex or something like that, from
Right,
what I
so-
understood.
Yeah.
you think that was a bullshit story that he just made up to?
I think
scare
it was.
the guy?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
yeah, yeah.
This-
Because I
oh,
was
yeah,
kinda
'cause-
torn on that.
It's a good way
His-
to introduce the mask, though, too.
Yeah, yes. The Peach Fuzz.
Well,
you know.
I equate his stories. Oh yeah. But I equate his stories to Heath Ledger's Joker. You know
Yep,
how
that's
you want to
exactly-
know how I got these scars, and he has a
Yeah.
different story every time.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
the same as what I thought. I was like, okay, he's bullshitting, but damn, it was such a creepy, like, just the way, I don't know, the way he told it, you know, it was so believable. And then,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, the door, and we got to talk about the end of this movie.
Well,
I don't know if
before
it's premature to talk about it now.
okay, before we leave the cabin, okay, when the guy, the guy doing the filming, learns from the sister that he doesn't have brain cancer, you need to get out of there. My brother's dangerous, right?
Yeah. No,
That's
no
when-
brain cancer, no kids, nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when he finds him on the back patio, and he starts crying like, "I don't want to die. I don't want to die. You have cancer. I don't want to die." And the guy with the camera still has to act like he believes it's cancer, even though he knows the truth. You know, I don't know. I just thought that was a good twist right there, and that's what
Oh,
got
yeah.
into. I need my car keys. I want to go home. and the dude stole the keys. You know, I think they were in his pocket or something, weren't they?
I believe so.
Yeah, because then he fell asleep on the fireplace mantle, which you saw in the in the trailer.
Here's if you'd like to hear my theory on it.
I
don't think it was the creep's sister at all, because he was calling himself Joseph in this movie,
right?
And I think, and he usually takes the name of his last victim, as we found out from Creep 2. So I think maybe she was calling. That was his last victim, Joseph's phone, and she was calling the phone, and calling her brother's phone, and maybe he had some mental issues or something, and that's how you lured him in.
All right, that's
and killed him.
I smell a sitcom.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask you guys, have you ever been in a situation where you were kind of trapped like that with a creepy person, whether they were like super intoxicated or just somebody that you knew was dangerous and you didn't know how to get out of the situation, and every minute feels like an hour, and
you just described me and Trav's entire circle of friends.
Right. Like, you know, you get into a situation where you're like, oh fuck, what did I just do? How do I get myself out of this fucking shit? That's the whole.
My first wife. Yeah,
that's exactly what I was fixing to say when Murr was done. That was your first wife, Cody.
That was a long
That
movie.
bitch was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the whole time.
Made minutes seem like hours.
Yeah.
Dude, it got to where I wouldn't eat there, and she was a great cook because I legitimately thought she was going to freaking poison us one night.
I know how that goes too. I used to think my ex was going to poison me at any given moment. We've been split up for years, and I still think she's going to just swoop in and kill me at some time.
So being around a person like that, does that include the ones where you walk on eggshells around somebody too?
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean.
Before.
Like when you're forced to be with somebody that you know has a hairpin trigger, and you just don't know how they're going to react. You got to walk on eggshells around them, and you just every part of you just doesn't want to be around that person.
Well, it's been there before too, like in my younger years, you know, like I really didn't want to be around this person, but I only had enough money for gas or beer, and they were buying the beer, so
yeah,
you know,
yes.
That's funny you say that, because that was what was going through my head. It's like, dude, I didn't have a car and I didn't have gas money, and this person was like the only person with a car, so I was like buying the beer and stuff. But then we would get into these situations where I'm like, dude, I don't know if I'm going to get away from this person, dude. I don't know if he's going to like kill me or something, you know, like.
See, now it's funny you said that, because the guy I knew was old enough to buy beer down in Sarasota, Florida. And the way I met him, I was walking with some friends. We had these woods next to this condominium duplex that we lived at, right? And there were trails that went through it that take you to where like Kmart and all these places were, right? And we're walking through the trail, and this guy jumps out of a frickin' tree. Like this, right? That's what he does. And that's how we met this guy. And it's like, oh, yeah, this guy's 21. Oh, he can buy beer. Cool, you know, but nobody wanted him. We just want him to get the beer and then leave. You know, here's a couple cans before you go.
He's your own
this guy,
what you guys doing? Did you hear the new Leonard Skinner?
You know, no, dude.
Oh, God, Trav. Dillinger.
Good.
Yeah.
Dude, I had.
If you're listening, Dillinger, we still love you, man.
Whoever that is.
Well, I do know a famous Dillinger. Actually, you're right in the area where the Dillinger used to be from, wasn't it? Or down in that area? Because there were a lot of gangsters down in Missouri.
Up north. More north.
Northern part?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say, wasn't he
About
like
mid St. Louis,
St.
and
Louis.
all up through there.
Yeah.
Yep. It's about 3 hours
We
from
just
here.
had the moonshiners down in our area.
Yep.
the bootlegger?
And the meth heads. Yes.
Bootleggers.
Oh, we still live under the
now
meth
the meth
bubble. It
heads.
protects us.
That's right.
Yeah. Makes all the bad weather go around us.
Yeah.
Oh,
weather.
It's the fumes.
Oh,
man.
I'm serious.
It's the fumes.
We'll have like bad storms coming. You see, right when it gets to Donovan, the weather's like, no, fuck that. Let's go around this area. Okay, we can go on now.
So you guys are like LA. You just have that smog.
Yeah.
There, right?
Just mad.
I wish it was smog.
Working, tweaking around all over the place.
Yeah,
Does
that's
anybody smell ammonia and Sudafed?
Right.
Yeah, the batch will be done in a minute, Cody. Give me about 20 minutes.
I always kind of figured it smelled like a burnt tire or something. I've never seen
it depends, man. They throw.
Wait. Did you say burnt fire?
Burnt
tire.
Oh, tire. I thought you said burnt fire. I'm like,
see,
what?
I found spots where they'd take Coleman stoves and cook that shit in the woods, like just off the roads away.
Yeah.
Dude, they had empty rat poison packs, pain pill packs. I mean, anything they can throw in it.
Man,
Empty jugs of Drano sitting there. I mean, anything they can put in it to give it a kick. It was,
You guys remember Who Framed Roger Rabbit when
their body?
When Christopher Lloyd drops the cartoon shoe down and melts
in the dip
in the vat, that kind of shit. Yeah,
that's fucking crazy, man. Then you smoke it and you look like Christopher Lloyd with fucking eye. That is technically not racist.
Marty.
So,
holy shit.
And then we'll get back to the movie. I guess we'll segue back into it.
We have side roads we always take. Yeah.
It's how we do here in the backwoods. There's a lot of limbs we got to get through. But how freaky? Okay, he gets away, gets back to his apartment, but then weird shit starts happening around his apartment. And then the weirdest one is he wakes up, his screen's been cut, and there's a freaking CD laying there, a DVD that says "Play Me" on it. It's like, what the hell? And he calls the cops. They're no help, and it's
of course not.
Yeah.
But wait, isn't it the last one? He gets that box first.
Yeah, he gets.
Yes,
the box.
he does. I'm sorry. Yes, the box. I forgot about that.
With the knife and then like the wolf thing or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then
baby Peach Fuzz.
Little baby fuzz.
And then he has to reach into the anus of this wolf and pull out a locket. Yes. See, I watched it.
I was getting total gay vibes from this guy a lot too.
Yeah,
the locket with both of them in there. This.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. Yeah.
Little wolf dance. The little naughty
It's
wolf
like-
dance he does after the Peach Fuzz rape story. Just
Not to mention, you've only met the guy for 5 minutes and he's already stripping down. No, come on in, film me. We're gonna have tummy time.
Yeah. Like,
So here, Murray, just
Tubby time.
all right. I know it's probably not good to talk about it, but the Peach Fuzz sex story he talks about, just for those that haven't heard it, Murray, would you like to explain what that was?
Well, basically, the story he tells is that he's wondering why his Wi-Fi is going slow. He doesn't have Starlink, I guess, and he calls a company to help fix his Wi-Fi, and they go through it and they find out that there's a bunch of bestiality porn on his wife's computer, and he's like on the computer, and he's like, well, it's just me and my wife doing this, so he's like, it's got to be her watching this bestiality stuff. So he confronts her about it and she denies it. So one weekend he's like, let's go to the cabin. So he supposedly takes her to the cabin and says, oh, I got to go to work. Well, he sneaks off to a store and he buys this goofy ass wolf mask, which is the mask you see when Steve pops it up.
Mm-hmm.
And he sneaks back to the cabin, supposedly, breaks in the cabin, and proceeds to tie up and rape his wife. Or grape, sorry, you can't.
Grape,
I don't know what
yeah.
the rules are, grape.
You can say it.
He makes aggressive love.
Yeah, and he says that they had ravenous lovemaking. Like the wife was never as happy as she was when that was happening with the wolf mask. And then he snuck out and he came back without the mask. And he said him and his wife never spoke of it again. So he doesn't know if she knew that he was the wolf or what the deal was. So I can't give it justice and tell it like he did.
Yeah.
The way he told it was so just creepy and.
See, I think they ripped off the Michael J. Fox movie Teen Wolf.
Okay, all right.
Or Beethoven.
That would have been
Or Beethoven, the big happy family dog.
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna leave a bad mark in my head.
Yeah, I forgot about
Oh!
that. I should have watched this again before the show. Because there's so much I know we're missing on it. There's so many little nitpicks and stuff like in this film that just, and it all flows together perfect.
That's why we tell everybody, check it out. I mean, you get all of us saying it was good.
Oh, and then remember after that box, after he finds
the spoilers, but
yeah. Oh well, no, it's fine. Our show is not spoiler free. I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean,
spoiler
if you've seen the movie, and
like me and Trav have always said, we're not smart enough to do a spoiler free show.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
not either. So we're in that together. So.
But also keep in mind that, just like Trav said, also, we're not talking about everything in the movie. There's a lot that we are skipping over and missing.
You gotta see it to get the nuances, and the movie is atmospheric. It's well.
Because it's not so much what he says; it's the looks and stuff he does like this.
How
I
he
mean,
says it. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like you never know what's quite behind his eyes, what's going on. Like you don't know where the story's going to go. And speaking of going, we have to discuss that last scene.
At the park, right? By the lake. Okay.
Well, wait. We gotta touch on something before we get that.
Okay, that's
so.
Fine.
Remember, at the apartments, he got the box, like Z said.
Yeah.
And then he's scared to death. He calls the cops. They're no good. Remember, then he has something going outside. And he's scared to death. I think he grabbed a kitchen knife or something and went outside and found out there was a trash can kicked over with a coon or something.
Because the guy found that he threw away the first DVD that he gave him. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, it was a cat or a coon. I can't remember when he walks off. Yeah, then you see the guy standing out there. And he's scared shitless. And then he wakes up. His screen has been cut open, wakes up with the DVD sitting there, Play Me. And he plays it. And what's the dumbass do? He's scared for his fucking life through all this. Then he watches this, and he's like, "Aw!" He starts feeling sorry for him.
He's lonely.
And I'm like, really? I'm like, are you this freaking stupid?
Yeah.
But it was unbelievable.
Oh, this guy, yeah.
Watching it and watching how good the guy was at manipulation.
Yeah. He has tweaked this guy's brain.
But he did tell him. Yeah. He did tell him the DVD, we'll meet at the lake. It's a park. As you can see, it's wide open.
Mm-hmm.
There's people here. You don't have to fear me. That's what he was saying right there. And I mean, anybody would have been, well, okay. But I mean, in reality, we all would have been like, get out of here, you know?
I would have never went to the park.
Hey,
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I think we lost you, Cody.
Cody's gone.
Uh-oh.
He's gone.
Thanks, man. Maybe if I do this guy will leave me alone.
Okay,
Okay.
I can see that. Yeah, like if he goes through with it, like maybe it'll be over. He's going to stop creeping on me. We'll be friends. But then it leads up to that scene. And I want to know you guys' opinion. How do you think they shot that? Because it's a one singular shot. It goes for the distance. I didn't see any cuts where they would have swapped out his body with a dummy.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that was a rubber axe?
Yeah, it had to have been like a sponge axe or something. But the thing, if you watch it really close, though, I mean, anybody would have seen it coming, because when he lifts the axe, you see the shadow go on the guy sitting on the bench. So any one of us would have seen the shadow.
I don't know. This guy was pretty. I don't know. This guy was pretty stupid.
At the very end, when he's watching the video, he's saying, "God, why didn't he turn around?"
Yeah, why don't you?
Yeah.
And Trav just explained it.
Yeah.
Guy was fucking stupid.
Okay. Anybody that's gonna go be a video photographer or somebody out in the middle of nowhere at a cabin and show up unarmed, first of all.
Yeah,
You don't know these people from anybody. and then stay when all
this
this
would have
crazy
been a
shit
very
ensues?
short. What Travis trying to say? This would have been a very short film, even shorter film. I mean, it's only got like an 80-minute runtime anyway, but it would have had about. It probably would have had about a
10 minutes.
2-minute runtime had this been a Backwoods film.
Yeah. Hey, and I do agree going armed, and I know we're not going to talk about it yet, but getting into the second movie, that's the first thing I thought of with what this girl does, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely should have been armed. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, it would have been a very short film.
You know?
First time he jumped out, there goes Peach Fuzz.
And I will bet money that Murray thought the girl in the second one was attractive.
Oh yeah, for sure. I really did.
I thought she kind of looked like a dude.
Wow.
You look like a dude, man. What you talking about? You look like a dude, man. That's man. Did we lose Cody? There he is. Okay.
There he is. Yeah. I think when I do those little flips in there,
she did a movie. She did a movie called Bisexual, and she goes totally nude in it. So
Go
no
on.
penis there.
Go on.
Well, see, that's kind of one
Look
thing
it up.
I was a
Look it
little
up.
mad about with part 2. How come we got fucking 10 minutes of floppy dong and we didn't even get to see her boobs, man? That's bullshit.
It's anything, yeah.
A bullshit? A bullshit?
It was bullshit.
Got the guy's dong burned in my brain and can't even get no boobs.
I'm pretty sure Mark Duplass. I'm pretty sure that he has that in his contract. He has that in his contract. Like,
Mark,
only way I'm doing any film, I get to show my dong.
Okay, Mar, I gotta retract part of my statement. You know, I mean, yeah. After you see all them minutes of dong in there, she does start looking pretty good. So,
right, man. I'm trying to find the silver lining in this situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Just I spent, an hour and a half with this dude being a creep, and then jump right into part 2, and it's like dong, da dong, dong. No.
But rewinding a little bit to what we were talking about the
skip over
Aaron
the dong
in the first movie,
right,
or rewinding before the dong, with Aaron, the protagonist from the first film, being really gullible and very stupid. I was thinking the same thing, like this. No way anybody would be this stupid. And then after back from the when they go out and see the heart-shaped rock and go to the restaurant already, taking pictures of him before he got there, and this is the time to bail.
Oh, you're right. That's right. He shows them the pictures on the phone when he was walking up the steps. That's right.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Which, yeah. I mean, that's creepy. Yeah, that's creepy. What am I talking about? There's no justifiable situation where that's
right from the very beginning of it when he's like, "Did you notice the axe? Did you know the axe down in the stump?" Yeah, I put that there so you'd see it.
See, and Murr, did we know anybody that was kind of creepy that took pictures of people around his house?
Yeah, that's definitely, where we're at.
We lost Cody for a second.
Lost the Cody,
man. Yeah, he's not in the.
He's been kind of glitching tonight.
He's not in the waiting room there.
We'll see. He'll pop in. He did say it was kind of glitchy there tonight, anyway. So,
oh shit.
He said if worse got to worse, he said he would flip over to that. Oh, there he is.
He's back. I see him, man. You there, Codus?
You're cutting in and out, dude. I can barely understand.
There he is.
I wonder if it may not be his computer that's messing him up.
Are you there?
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
Hang on.
Yeah, we can hear you, but
you're moving around a little bit.
You're very glitchy.
Hang on one second. Let me see if I can pop him in here.
Boing, boing, boing.
Is he here? Cody?
Codus.
Cody. We see ya.
Uh-oh. Kinda. He's froze.
He's froze. He's a
He's frozen. Yep.
He's
That's right. We'll talk till he pops in.
All right, he'll be
Yeah.
back. So yeah,
So-
I mean that's part one for you. I mean, just
Yeah, I guess-
I thought that end scene was so good. It looked good for a cheap
It
a
did.
cheap effect. It had a lot of weight to it, man.
You know what I thought? I wondered, what did the people that lived in the houses across the lake, if they were sitting on their patio with binoculars looking at the ducks,
Yeah,
and
like
they
when
see that? Yeah.
When they were actually filming the movie, they're like, "Oh, what the hell is going? Oh my god!" Like
Harry!
Like if
Somebody got an axe to the head. Yeah.
See, you couldn't do that around here. There'd be some old boy out there. Look, what? You'd take a 30-06 round to the head
Oh, yeah,
when you were in the middle of filming.
Here in Janesville, I don't think anybody would do a goddamn thing. Like,
No
it's
shit.
just a dude in a wolf mask, fucking act like a guy. Yeah, well, I gotta go to Culver's.
Either that or you'd walk up in that damn wolf mask, some old redneck, the fucking furries, bang, bang, bang. Before you even got the axe pulled out.
Nobody likes fucking furries, man.
Yeah.
Nope.
Even though I almost bought a bear head. It was this like mascot head, but it was a teddy bear thing. And I put it on and was chasing my wife around the store. I almost was a furry. There's a picture of it on Facebook, but it's deep in Facebook. somewhere.
It's in the Rock County Sheriff's Department Facebook page.
I was almost a furry, man. I was almost a furry.
Well,
I gotta clarify something. She wasn't my wife. She was just the lady I lived with for 10 years that turned into a cold hard bitch and killed me. But anyway, that's
She was just somebody to do tubby time with. That's.
yeah.
There we go.
It takes more than just putting a bear head on to be a furry, though. I mean, it's a lifestyle. They do this every
Yeah, we see
day.
ya.
Right.
Yep.
I see you.
Speak, Cody.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
We hear you,
Yeah.
man.
Hello.
You kind of look like you got a little bit of Down syndrome right now, but yeah, we can hear you.
got the
No, that's
down.
normal. That's normal.
Yeah, see, people say I got the down too
Nothing
after I
new.
have my eyes done. So it's not funny, man. It's not funny, man.
I don't know. The
Oh,
camera
that's-
makes me look bald.
That's just Paul. That's just Paul telling you that, Murray. So
No,
you're
that
good.
was Steve, man. That was the first thing. You
Oh,
look
really?
like you got Down syndrome. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, well, now that I think about it, Paul was pretty harsh too, man. He's like, dude, put your glasses back on. You look fucking retarded.
Yeah, I wasn't the one.
Don't
Actually,
listen to him, Mer. Don't listen to him.
Hey,
I
somebody
know,
that we
I'm
know
fine
that's.
with it now.
Hey, somebody that we know that's sitting at Rock County was the one who said it to you, not me.
No, I heard it from you first.
You did not.
I heard it from you first.
Don't worry, Mer.
I heard it from you, Steve.
You'll be.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you'll be laughing all the way to the bank, Mer, whenever you get that part in the Life Goes On remake.
Oh yes,
It ain't funny.
he shoots, he scores, and that's the ball game
God, that
right there.
ain't funny.
Damn.
It ain't funny, man.
I'm sorry, Mer.
Murray's
Low
the
hanging
new,
fruit. Low
the
hanging
new
fruit.
Corky. The new Corky.
No, there's no such thing. So anybody watching, don't even look at me
Okay.
right now.
All right, so let's do this. Before we get to the second movie, let's rate the first one.
Yep,
okay,
we gotta
let's start.
rate it.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
start
yeah.
with Cody. You picked it, Cody. You start us off.
Oh, God. This is a hard one because you really want to pay attention to it, so you don't want to be completely smashed.
Right.
But it's a damn fun movie to get together with friends and watch after about a sixer. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one 7.5 PBR just because I want to be coherent to know what's going on. But it's a fun movie. It's a fun creepy ass movie.
Yeah,
Very good.
for sure.
But what I was going to say about Aaron earlier was I was totally on board with him being a dumbass and totally not agreeing with him sticking around until they got back and and he was about to leave, and Joseph was standing at the top of the stairs, and he said, "You sure you don't want to come in for just one whiskey?" And I'd be like, "All right."
Yeah, that's how we get you.
Oh yeah, it was top shelf whiskey too. It wasn't no Jim Beam or nothing like that. It was like the top shelf shit. That would have been hard to turn down.
Oh, and by the way, here's a picture of my Uncle Bill Cosby. Yeah.
Would you like some pudding with your
But
whiskey?
he ended up Aaron ended up drugging Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Which that was another thing that we didn't really touch on, because I when I first watched this movie, when me and Krista were watching, we were talking amongst each other. It's like, is Aaron going to turn out being the actual serial killer? And we're thinking that Joseph is just a real weird guy, but it's actually going to be Aaron.
Yeah, see, I thought that was how it was going to end up, is that we were going to find out that Aaron was the creep all along, and we got taken, and it was a twist ending. It was a cool theory, but I'm glad they didn't do it, because no one beats the creep. Man.
Yeah,
no one beats the creep.
But no, just definitely a good score on that one. Good job. All right, Mermeister, what do you think?
Man, I'm going to have to go along with Cody on this. I think the first watch, you want to be kind of sober, and you want to come in at maybe 1 or 2 beers, like he said, because you want to pay attention to what's going on. You want to get the full effect, and you just want to kind of absorb it. But on the second watch, I definitely just want to drink like 7, 8 beers, have a good time with it, and just be like, yeah, just get my creep on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna...
and as creepy of a character as Joseph is in this, I mean, you can't help but like the guy, and you're like, I'd drink beer with this guy.
And just
he'd probably kill me, but
looking at it from an acting standpoint, I was so impressed by what a seamless performance it was. Just how, God, I fucking hate being on its nuts so much, but I think the dude almost deserves an Oscar, because I've never...
He's thinking about the dong thing again.
Well, the dong aside, that was... he doesn't get an Oscar for part 2, for the dong performance. Part 2 is a totally different...
That needs to be a new segment on the show. That needs to be a new segment. Are you get to work on it, Steve? This needs to be a new segment on the show. Well, the dong aside.
Okay, well, the only thing kind of gay that I could do right now is this right here. So here you go. Yeah, a little Jean-Claude.
I don't know if I was built like that. I don't think that'd be gay dancing like that. So yeah, I can't say
I've been out of poontang, man. I'd let my little creep hang out.
So Murray thinks the dong guy's an up and coming actor. So that's good. That's good.
Yes,
I gotta agree with him there.
All right, Trav, let's hear what you think.
I'm right there with the guys. I'm setting it about 6.5.
Awesome.
Like they said, the second time you want to have a feud, be relaxed. You've watched it, but I've saw it twice now, and the second time I picked up on more stuff. I think this is one of these films, every time you watch it, you're going to pick up on something extra.
Yeah, little nuances, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too, yeah. And I'd have to agree. I'd go with a 6-pack also, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah, there you go, everybody. Creep.
Well, shall we jump into Creep 2?
Before we move on to Creep 2, I just want to ask you guys, did anybody watch any of the alternate endings?
No,
I didn't.
No, because I could only get the file online, so I didn't see any alternates, no.
Yeah, I just watched it on Netflix.
Well, they filmed a bunch of alternate endings. There are 2 of the alternate endings that were on the special edition DVD Blu-ray, and one of them, which was based off the original story idea they had for Creep, it was originally called Peach Fuzz. And the Duplass brothers, they didn't really do horror before this. They did more like drama and very like intimate original movies.
Okay.
And their original these two. Am I dropping out again?
A little bit, yeah.
But we get the gist of what you're saying.
We can hear you.
Right here?
We're being patient.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just makes
Okay.
you sound slower
Well,
than
they
normal.
had
Yeah, you're corky now, motherfucker.
originally it was. Oh God, oh God, oh.
In fact, you know what, Cody? I'm working on getting the alternate ending so I could show you. I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, dude, if you get them, just let me check them out. I haven't seen them.
I should be able to pop it on here in a second. So there we go.
Uh-oh. Are you gone again, Cody?
I still see him. I still see him.
Yeah, I still see them.
The original, it's kind of long and it's boring.
Yeah, maybe if
It's
it's
about-
long and boring.
No.
It's about 6 minutes, I guess.
Yeah,
Kind of like his dong, long and boring.
Man.
Do you want to just see parts of it a little bit, or do you want to wait? 'Cause I can pop it up right now.
Go ahead, fast forward to the end of it.
Okay, to the end. All right. Okay, hang on. Here we go.
Weird noise. I'm sorry, out of nowhere.
What is that noise anyway? Yeah.
I just had to make a weird noise. I'm sorry.
There he is. What am I doing here? God, he's so sad. Shit.
So kind of like Corky meets Corky in a cabin.
Yeah, that's weird, man. I don't like that idea. I think that would have
No,
ruined the whole thing, man.
No, they wouldn't have made anything other. They wouldn't even got their $500 back on that one.
Nah, that would have definitely not went anywhere, man.
Ending to this movie, though, where it just ends after the big build-up. He just goes and sits down by him and is talking bullshitting with him on a park bench.
And like
That's how it ends.
And you don't know
Like,
where
what the
it
fuck?
goes. You don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, it would have pissed me off.
Yeah, dude, it was much better finding out that he actually really was a killer and shit, you know?
This ending here, though, I would have preferred this ending to the one we got. And it's not that much different. It's just it's the point at which they cut on it. I'll be right back, guys.
Gotta get back to the screen. Okay. So they're there in the springtime on this one because he's wearing a jacket. Everything's green.
Actually,
They
yeah,
got
there's
sunshine.
leaves. You're right. Yeah.
The camera's at a little bit different angle, and they're zoomed in more, so you don't see
You
the
don't
houses.
see the houses around the lake in this
Mhm.
shot. Yeah.
I'm still seeing things only in still frame, though.
It's he's not really moving though. Oh, here he comes. Hello? Is it me you're looking for? Help me, Murray.
Can't do it.
Do it the metal way. Hello.
Here we go. Here's the soundtrack to this show. Here you go.
Metal demons in the night. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That fella's got a pretty
Beautiful.
voice. That fella's got a pretty voice.
So there's he's just in time, Cody. He's got the mask. Just in time. And this is a good time to say that axe is brought to you by Walmart. That's right, Walmart.
Right where the steel cut on my end, it looks like he's got a golf club in his hand.
It looks like a dong. Okay, he's creeping up now.
Got
Yeah, he's creeping
Cue
up.
Kenny Loggins. I'm alright.
Hey, everybody! We're all gonna get laid!
See, I'm sorry. Even with his jacket moving around, you would have heard him, you know? And here it comes. Now he's. Oh, they don't show him killing in this one.
I would have preferred. I like this ending.
Yeah, he raises it up, but you don't see him actually killing him. Yeah.
Oh, see, I like the
I like the impact shot.
I do too.
I thought that
because it
was
looks so good.
pretty great.
If they would have done the reveal in Creep 2, where he shows her the tape of him actually killing him, and where it would have answered the question of the ending of the original.
Okay, all right, yeah,
That would have been cool.
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
Well, how about this? We'll get people to comment. Would people want to see a guy get axed in the head, or you just imagine that he got axed in the head? What do you guys think?
I wonder if he did.
They were gonna do it in Creep 2, but they spent all the budget on the dong in this one, so they had to make cuts.
All right, and here we go. Speaking of Creep 2, there we go. There's your poster for it right there.
All right. In 2017's Creep 2, directed by the same director, Patrick Bryce. Same actors, but now we have, what is her name? Shit, I cannot read writing. Whatever that chick there, her name is. A Kavena. And a budget of $45K, and I have not found out how much it makes. I can't find it anywhere. See, does she not kind of look doodly?
I don't know.
Well, here's from the
Picking all
movie.
like ugly pictures of That's a bad angle.
Right.
She looked cute with the little choker on from the movie.
And I think what makes her hot is her strength, I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, she's a badass final girl. She is.
The way she carries. Yeah, she's one
I
of
agree with that.
One of the favorite final girls I've ever seen, and because just the way they wrote this movie is so genius as a sequel. I was just like, holy shit, man.
Okay, well, how about this, Murray?
Hey.
Give an introduction to her character. What does her character do?
Okay.
How did she meet him? Okay.
Now she's kind of, in a lot of ways, she's kind of like a creep in her own right. What she does is she films lonely men, and she interacts with these lonely men, and she does this failing web series called Encounters, where she finds these lonely guys, interacts with them, and kind of gives them what they need, and she gets material from it. And she sees the Creeps ad and thinks that the creep is going to be the ultimate subject for her show Encounters.
Well,
did he
and her
mention the
show's
show
failing too?
Failing.
Did
Yeah.
did he mention the show Encounters in the first movie, if I remember right?
No, I don't think so.
No,
No,
Not
he
the
didn't.
first
Okay,
No.
because I could have sworn he. I know he mentioned it somewhere. I couldn't remember if it was the second one or first one. So yeah, that
So,
he
yeah,
saw
that's
it. The
the setup.
show. Yeah.
He's there to kind of basically fuck with him for material, like act a certain way to get material, and then
Yeah.
she meets up with the creep, and then
Yeah.
So like basically, people put out ads like one guy wanted to be treated like a baby and she would be a mother, something like that.
Yeah.
And,
Yes,
and
exactly.
yeah, like fetishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, one guy, wanted to be cuddled, and another guy wanted to be like berated, or you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. People that got to have hang-ups, she goes and exploits it and videotapes it for the material for her show. So she thinks she's got another kind of, not sucker on the line, but
No.
another.
She thinks this guy's what's going to make her channel hit and move
Yeah,
on to the
yeah,
next level because her channel's dying.
And then she meets up with the creep, but it doesn't go. It's so brilliant because it's definitely the sequel and the continuation of the story, but it kind of turns everything on its head for a while.
Exactly.
That's a good lead. We should see the trailer then. So then we can discuss. So here's the trailer.
I'm Sarah. Hey, welcome to Encounters.
Sunday morning, I woke up.
I'm Sarah.
Hey, Sarah, how you doing? Come in.
The show where I look behind the strange world of online personal ads. What is their story? Who are these people? So subscribe and join me on this journey. You never know who you might meet next.
Cool looking place, though.
Hello?
Hello. Ever since I turned 40, I've lost my inspiration. I have no joy. I'm having a hard time. What am I doing trying to make the films that I used to make? What if I make a documentary? And this is where you come in.
I have no idea what I'm stepping into.
Together, I believe we will make magic.
Aaron, is that you?
You are inspiring feelings in me. I don't know what to do. Oh my God. This is gonna be a good day. I'm very excited about it, okay?
Sunday morning,
Are you ready to go?
Wow, you're a tough nut to crack.
I love the fact that it's totally turned on its head, and this master manipulator creep that is so used
Has met his match. Yeah.
Yeah, it is so used to luring people in and scaring them and having total control of the situation, has no control over this. But what's that?
Because I felt like he was trying to scare her right from the beginning. Like he was a serial killer, but I classify myself as a murderer. But I have the hit numbers that classify me as a serial killer.
Yeah, I have the number.
And she's like cool. Yeah. And she's like, cool. And he's like,
He's a
fuck?
modest serial killer.
yeah.
And there's no reaction.
Yeah, because
from her.
he doesn't
Everything he
waste
does.
any time. Yeah, he doesn't waste any time. He gets right to the point.
And then, yeah, he gets right to the point with his dong. Just
Yeah.
in any other circumstance, why he did that was, that would be an incredibly frightening experience for a woman. You show up at this dude's house, and next thing you know, he's buck naked right in front of you, but she doesn't crack. And by her getting naked to counter it, it totally makes him uncomfortable and turns the table.
Yeah. And when he's working the camera, every time she takes off an article of clothing, he is zooming in on her face because he's uncomfortable now.
Yes, he doesn't want to look at it, and I totally picked that up from
Completely 180 spin.
Yeah.
Hey, just for information, Murray was my boss on one job, and that happened on an interview with him. I was like, he showed up. He goes,
dong?
Yeah, he goes, are you going to be uncomfortable working here? And I went, well, kind of.
We got to get this out of the way. We got to go ahead and get it out of the way.
Yeah.
It's part of what it takes to get to know me, man.
Yeah.
You like my dog? Here's my
I know
dog.
it sounds bad if I say I got the job.
Yeah, you're all right. It's okay. But no, man, and what I liked about the way that she played it also is that, you really saw that she was scared deep down. Like she was trying to fight the scaredness, but that other part of her that was just as much of a creep as he was like, no, I need this for my story. This guy is, this guy is everything I'm looking for. So she went back and purposely tried to manipulate him. And some of the stuff that she was saying, like, if I just go and antagonize him right now, it'd be so easy because he's vulnerable. And in his mind, he's like, fuck, I've tried everything to get her to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And she's not biting.
And he's already depressed. He's already a depressed serial killer. I mean, what a premise.
And then he even shows her the footage from Creep 1 where he kills the guy.
Yeah.
And she's like, cool.
So
he's like, what?
Yeah, like no reaction at all. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And I thought it added so much of a layer to his character. And like just the nuances of his performance just were so much like more enhanced with this kind of like cat and mouse.
And to give him credit on his acting too, he like hit this one spot on.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Because you kind of feel like he's a serial killer that's got bored with his life.
Yeah, like he can't produce like he used to.
Well, and he's
not getting a thrill out of killing anymore.
Yeah. He's like going through a midlife crisis is what I got through it. He grew his hair out and completely changed his looks from everything and the way he acts. And so, it's really midlife crisis to me is what he's in right now.
Most all of us have been there. I mean, I certainly have. I mean, I haven't been a serial killer that gets sick of serial killing, but I've definitely had a midlife crisis.
Yeah. Welcome to the party. Let me just get this out of the way first.
Once you get married and have a bunch of kids, it's just hard to fit it in.
Yeah.
But that's fucking crazy, man. Just the whole second movie, I was just having so much fun watching it. Just like because I was gleeful, Cody. I was gleeful that you had turned me on. Well, not that gleeful, but that I was witnessing something new that, in my opinion, is going to be another cool new horror series like Terrifier. There's not too many good horror icons that are coming along, and I was like, dude, the Creep. This guy is, in my opinion, is right up there. He's like
and the sad part is, if this movie would have came out 10 years earlier, I think it would have been, or if the original Creep would have came out 10 years before it did, when found footage was exploding. You know, that was the thing.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s.
I
think
agree.
it would have been huge then.
Yeah,
But it came out 10 years
agree
later
because it was-
when the found footage genre was pretty much played out and it just was not selling anymore. And,
I
and this
agree
was-
because,
this
you
is
know,
just a
like we
gem
said earlier.
and one of the absolute best found footage films.
Oh yeah. I think. God, I hate to say this, but I think it's my favorite found footage film.
Yeah.
You know, there's some other good ones out there, but this one takes the cake. But like we said earlier, you know,
I go as far to say that. I mean, it's right up there with Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. For me.
Oh, wait, yes. I have to dial it
Which
back.
that one's arguably, I mean, well, kind of
Yes.
like this. I guess you could call the Creep movies like a documentary too, documentary style
It is
filmmaking.
in a certain aspect.
Self-inflicted documentary, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Forced documentary. More part 2. But yeah, Leslie Vernon, that's a fucking awesome movie, dude. I haven't saw that in so many years. You know.
Trav, have we covered that?
No,
I don't think
we
so,
have not.
right? I don't.
Nope. You always mentioned you want to cover it,
definitely
but we
need
never
to.
have. Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
that's a good one to watch.
But it's kind of neat how she turns the tables. You know, she makes him feel so uncomfortable.
Right.
But then she reels him back in like he does all his victims. You know, he
Right,
gets them uncomfortable and reels them back in.
Yeah.
And then he starts getting comfortable, like the sleeping scene, you know, the sleeping bits. You know, he's like, when he says, I thought I was going to die before I could share with anyone what I do. But now I have you, which is kind of cool. You know, he starts opening up to her and gets comfortable with her.
Right.
And the whole time, though, I think she's thinking, this guy hasn't killed anybody. He's just full of shit. He's done
Yeah,
these
he's
bits
just a weirdo.
here and there.
He's playing a
Yeah.
role.
Pathological liar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
And,
like
you
all
know,
the other guys that she's used to, you know.
and then she kind of reverses it on him.
Yeah, he's
She's
just
like,
looking for attention.
yeah, she reverses it on him and she starts interviewing, you know, for her content. You know, like she asks him, she's like, do you feel remorse for what you've done to people? And he's like, well, maybe a little bit, but I feel like I'm pretty fair to my victims. I mean, I try to give them a warning of what they're walking into. It's almost like they want it, you know.
Yeah, like
Well, he does ask them in the beginning all the time, "Are you ready?"
Yeah.
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 Yeah, well, just like the ad that she answered, you know, it said, must be brave and helps to be a fan of interview with the vampire.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's kind of telling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, God, I was having like a mix up here. I was thinking when you said vampire, I was thinking of the first episode of the tapes with the weird vampire stuff.
Oh yeah.
But we won't get into. Let's not get into the tapes here.
No, I don't want to get into the tapes on this one. The tapes will take away from these
we'll
two
save
films.
that for another time. And
And I'm telling you, man, just
Creep 3 is still not dead. It's still in pre-production. So
I hope so.
Let's
fingers crossed. Hopefully
See,
we'll get Creep 3.
that's what I was going to say. When we get to the end of Creep 2, that's the question I have for you guys, because I feel like I might have missed something at the end of that one. Because to me, you know, I'll wait till we get there. I'll wait till we get there.
No, I mean, we're pretty much right. We're pretty much there where we could go into it. I mean, there's.
Okay, well, there's the big climatic scene where they end up fighting, pretty much, right? Where he attacks her, and you think that she's pretty much gone. He's going to bury her, but yet she's still alive. Comes and hits him.
Now, before you go into that, we need to discuss that a little bit.
Yeah, see, that's why I was saying we should wait. Yeah, because that's where my question's going to be coming. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know, he gets depressed and he's in the hot tub for quite a while. And she pretty much
after they
drags
go
him
out, he takes her out on the same trail that
Yep.
he took Aaron out on in the first Creep.
Okay.
But when he gets to the river where he's planning on jumping off a bridge and killing himself, the water's all gone, which I don't know how that would stop you from jumping off a bridge and killing yourself, because it would make it easier.
It's like ankle deep.
All right, I have a question. Now, obviously, that was a different cabin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a different rental.
Because in the first one, he supposedly rented the cabin, because that's what he said. Or the cameraman said, "Oh, he rented it. That's why we can't find him." Okay, so obviously he rented another cabin up at the same spot, right?
Cabin.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would say these are a bunch of like Airbnb spots up there in these woods, you know. So he probably got one close to the same area, but yet if he's smart, he's not going to be doing it in the same cabin. Everyone, you know, he's going to want to move around a little bit.
Well, yeah, and I was going to say nobody really contacted the police about him, and obviously nobody cared about missing bodies up there, you know?
Well, actually, the one guy, the first one did contact the police and told them about the cabin.
Yeah, but they didn't care, so obviously, like, they didn't care, yeah.
But he's a smart serial killer, so he's
made.
going to cover his ass, and he's going to move around. So I would say he's within the same 10-mile radius. You know?
Yeah, because my thought would have been if people noticed that people were disappearing up there and that guy seems to be there around that time, would people still rent an Airbnb to this guy?
Well, here's the thing, though. He's smart, though. He calls them, and they're several hours away from where he's at. So, and he's like, "Hey, I give you $1,000 for one day. You know, I know it's a bit of a drive.
He's ordering
but $1,000 for one day. You know." Because if you think about it, if they're a long ways, it'd be easier to dispose of their vehicles and all that. You know, if they're close, if it's close to their hometown, people are going to know the vehicles. So he's a very smart serial killer. He's getting them out of their home threshold. See, me and Cody have daughters. We have to think about shit like this.
Okay, yeah, I guess. Yeah, wow, I
So you tell them to get a boyfriend that lives far away, right?
No, we just...
Well, if you have to get rid of them, it'd be easier.
No,
you know?
it's like I've said, Backwoods is a lifestyle. It's not just a name of the show, folks. We know places back here way in the backwoods. Well, me and Cody are both on HughesNet. Well, I'm not HughesNet, MuskNet, because I can't even get dial-up internet where I live. So I know places I can hide a body where a hog won't even be able to find them. So
and there's a lot of caves by you guys.
Yes,
a few, but now the caves, somebody's gonna find them eventually. You don't want to do the cave thing, yeah.
And now, see, up here in Janesville where we are, man, if you fart wrong, the whole town's gonna fucking know about it. So,
that's how our little town is too.
Couldn't get away with shit up here.
Oh no, you can.
I do live by a cemetery, so I suppose I could hide a dead body up there.
That's the worst place.
Oh, there you go. Nobody'd look there.
Yeah, nobody's gonna look for a dead body up in the cemetery. You think so?
Yeah, but that's the worst place. They're gonna notice the fresh dirt and be like, "What the hell?"
Well, I suppose so. But what if you
Trav,
back in the woods?
Speaking of which, Trav, we gotta tell them about as morbid as it may be, our the story about Dad at Granddad's funeral here a couple of weeks ago when we were doing graveside services, and the preacher did not know any of us personally, and he got the names wrong, and halfway through the service he said, my dad's name's Wade, and he said, the preacher says, "Now as we say our final goodbyes to Wade." And
God.
Dad kind of cut his eyes and looked at me. I looked over at Trav, and my sister looked at me, and she's like, don't do it. It took every fiber in my being not to say, "All right, Dad, you heard him. Get in the hole."
Yeah, you just looked at your dad and...
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah. Because his sister looked at him, and she was looking around for me and Baby T, the other one of our trio, because she knew if we were all there together, one of us was going to freaking say something.
Yeah.
We all held our composure.
Good, though, man. Good.
Yeah. And I kind of feel we might have got a chuckle out of Granddad's casket there if we would have said something.
Yeah, I think,
He probably watching. He knew, man. He knew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He knew.
He might have had a hand in that, honestly.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, I think it's probably one of the best things that could have happened. You guys got a laugh out of that, and like, what the hell kind of moment, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you won't forget it. Yeah.
And the look on his dad's face was just priceless. He's like, "What?"
Oh, you know what would have been great if you guys were all in on it, and then he's looking around, and you guys are just all staring at him.
Oh, well,
just with a
the only
solid
problem,
look. Yeah.
his sister would have got up and would have been throwing hands if we would have done something like that. I think she's drew blood on every one of us.
Definitely.
Well,
yes.
I
But,
thought Creep 2.
Yes, back to Creep 2.
Trevor.
Back to the old Creep.
Jeepers Creepers.
Okay. Oh, yeah, where they got back.
Yes.
And she lures him back out of the hot tub, and this is where she starts doing her interviewing.
Right.
And then he turns the camera on her.
When she gets in the hot tub, but he wants to be left alone. He's done. He tells her to leave.
Yeah, he
That's right.
He's fucking depressed. This is not going the way he wanted it to. Yeah, he's done. And she gets in, she crawls in the hot tub and starts giving him a back massage.
And I thought that was such a cool turnaround from part one. Like, you know, dude wanted to leave so bad, but he's like, oh, just have a whiskey with me. And he's like, oh shit, how do I get out of this? Okay, I'll just have a whiskey. And in this one, he's like, dude, just go. And like, he's trying desperately to get away from her. And she won't let it happen. And like,
because he realizes he has no power over her whatsoever. He knows she is running the show.
Yeah, she has got it all under control, man. And I loved it. Their chemistry, the chemistry between them was so like good, dude. It was just.
And honestly, like when she touches him in the hot tub, do you get the feeling that he's never been with a woman before? Like he states later.
He does.
I don't think he was lying on that.
Yeah,
I don't think he was either.
I got the same picture as that was a truthful statement that he is never at least a live woman anyway, you know what I mean?
Well, remember the first one, he pretty much loved that dude. He made a locket.
So
yeah, it was weird.
So there's a point in time where he did say all the men and women I've killed. So I don't think he was strictly like a gay killer, or a gay dude. But yeah, I definitely think
in his weird psychotic way, he was just looking for that was his way of making connection with other humans.
Oh yeah, that's the only way he knew how, I think.
Yeah, and then at this point, it kind of sparks him back, and then he starts turning the tables on her.
Right.
Because he grabs the camera, turns it on her.
But not before, the hot tub, and he gives away basically his first kill, his origin of when he. Which do you think that was bullshit?
No.
What he was telling her, or do you think he was being honest?
That's weird because I didn't know if the rape scene, the grape. Sorry, God damn it, I didn't know if that was real. But I really think that the first kill. I don't know. I thought it was real. I took that as like he's opening up to this girl and actually telling her the truth.
And see, I wasn't sure if he wasn't opening up to her.
Right.
I wasn't sure if he wasn't opening up to her. This was one of his little things to get inside her mind and fuck with her and draw her back in and turn the table too.
Yeah, like one last ditch attempt to like turn her. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that and can agree with it. Like one
last.
But
then he thinks he's maybe he thinks he's starting to get the upper hand, and she gets out. So I'm gonna get in the shower, and he goes to scare her out of him, jumping out of the shower with all the scotch tape and shit on her face.
That was weird. Yeah,
and I think that was the turning point where it clicked, and him and her had just. It almost turned into like a dark romantic comedy.
Yeah, see, I thought it was going to turn into like where they both kind of like realized they were both creepers and kind of like started to kill together.
Or he was almost grooming her to be his successor.
Well, I was really, from this, I mean, you could tell they were both kind of getting a little attracted.
Yeah,
I mean, she was looking at it from a film aspect, but I was getting Basic Instinct vibes where I thought they were going to wind up screwing, but I didn't know who was going to use the ice pick from Basic Instinct, you know what I mean, and kill the one while they're having
and, like,
sex is
kill
what
her,
I
like-
thought was
like-
going to happen.
Yeah, one last "I got you, bitch." Like you thought you could.
Yeah.
You thought you could mess with my head. I'm the.
But I loved it when he turned the camera on her, and he's like, "So, do you believe I'm a serial killer?" And she's like, "No." He's like, "Good, thank you for your honesty." And he's like, "Why not?" And then she goes, First of the stories are ridiculous, and what's up with the doc? If you were a serial killer, why invite me into your home? What makes you think I just what makes you think that I can't remember what the hell she said. I can't read my writing, sorry.
Right, yeah.
But and then and she's like yeah, and what makes you think I wouldn't go to the cops tomorrow? And the killer's like, because tonight you're going to kill me. And she's like, what? So he wants her to kill him.
Right.
And he's like, I want to make a film where the pupil falls the king. So that's where I start. That's where it picked up on me that he's wanting to groom her to take over his heir.
Right. Which, would have been a cool turn, and then they go through the, the suicides or the attempted suicide and trying to, get her to kill him.
He tries to cut his head off with an axe. She won't do that. So he knows he's got to turn it up a notch, and he does the hanging part. Now, a really interesting thing about the hanging scene, that was supposed to be in the original script, which this movie actually had a script, unlike the first one. It had a 15-page script where they only... the only dialogue they had written out were the long monologues he gives in the movie.
Damn.
And then the key plot points.
Yeah.
Right.
And then everything else, in true Mark Duplass fashion, was ad-libbed.
Yeah, just ran with it and just did it.
I think it was right after what I was just saying, where she's, and this is where he flips the switch and gets her a little scared. Because he's like, this will make a great piece of art and the best episode of Encounters that you can imagine.
Yeah, like where he reveals,
she's like,
I know what you've been doing. Like, I know what you've been doing this whole time.
And then if I remember right, he even tells her about the knife she's got in her boot. If I remember right on that.
Yeah,
I
when
remember.
I tell her, I got your knife here too. So
and
that's
she's like,
the
what?
first time in the movie where you're like, okay, dude, he's been
back.
her this whole fucking time. The creep is going to take over, but she's still trying to hold on. But you can tell she's losing it. You can feel that she's losing the battle.
Yeah, he's just been looking for a challenge, and she's delivered.
Yeah, but now
finally,
she delivered, but she still wasn't good enough for the creep, man. But still,
and I mean, her breaking point when he hangs himself, and then she freaks out. Then is one to leave. Then, and that's when he knows he's got her.
Yeah, that's when he.
Yeah.
He
loops her back in. He shows her the harness. Like, look, I couldn't have killed myself with this. I had this on. This was to freak you out.
Right, and then
because she was getting ready to go right then.
Like I was saying, that was supposed to be the end of the movie. He was actually supposed to hang himself, but the special effect, the two stuntmen they had come up with up to the cabin with the harness to do the scene that day.
Right. Yeah.
After they had already left, these guys are halfway back down the mountain to where this cabin was that they were filming at, and they're looking at the dailies, looking at their shots, and he realizes you can see the rigging in the harness. You can see it in the shot, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" So he gets on the phone with them, like, "Guys, can you come back?" And that's why they decide to go ahead where he pulls the harness out, shows her, hey, I had a harness on the whole time. He had them drive back up the mountain with the harness so they could use it in the shot to explain why you could see it in the shot when he.
Now, how did you find that information?
That was that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
Cody Diggs.
Just watched a shit ton of interviews. Shit ton.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna be watching a bunch of interviews when we're.
Yeah, because I was looking on IMDb and I was like, I don't see that anywhere, dude.
Oh, you won't find a lot of shit on IMDb. IMDb does not use the funding they used to use.
Because I was really close to do this.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah, I was really close.
No, that's it's legit.
Yeah, I mean that's an awesome accident because I think the ending is pretty much brilliant on this one too. You know, like the
Okay, and that's okay. Once you guys say that, then I've got my question for you guys. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to say it? Okay. Well, obviously they're out in the woods.
Waiting.
Okay, they're out in the woods. Okay. There's the big climax. Obviously, this is the point where somebody's going to kill somebody at this point. Okay. So he ends up attacking her, and you see them behind the tree, and he's so obviously you're thinking he just killed her. Then you see, okay, there's a grave being dug. He's ready to put her in it. La da da. He goes to the camera one more time to say something. She gets up from the grave, hits him in the back of the head with the shovel. Right?
Yep.
My question to you guys: was he
Blood
dead at that
spatter on
point?
the camera too.
You know, was he dead at that point? Because honestly, I don't remember seeing him the rest of the movie. Because she goes back to town and you don't see him.
No, that's the thing, though. You hear the whistling. He's on the bus, and you know somebody's taping her and following her. And the cool, ambiguous part is you don't know if she released the episode on Encounters. Like, you don't know if she released the footage. So what I got from it was, is that the creep? Did the creep find her and was stalking her and saw her on the bus?
I don't think she released anything from this.
Yeah. I think
if you notice when she's on the subway, she's dressed completely different than how she was before when she was on all the encounters. She was in regular clothes, like she got a 9-to-5 job, and she's sitting there. Then you hear the whistling, and the look on her eyes when she looks across that subway train and spots him. Just the shock that was him sitting there in that subway filming her whistling. Because if it'd just been some fucking weirdo, she'd been like, "What, really?"
Okay, I must have looked. I must have looked away at that part. Yeah.
The look in her eyes. I mean, she deserves an Oscar for that just that one freeze frame. Just shit, you know. It was like I thought I fucking killed you, you know.
She didn't oversell it either. She didn't oversell it. It was just
perfect.
That's what made the files. When I jumped right into the files, I'm like, oh my god, dude, we're gonna get more. We're gonna get a continuation of this story.
That's what I was hoping
and
for.
I'm like, no, dude, I don't.
I've only watched 2 of them. I was really into the creeps, and then I found out about the creep files, and I started looking for them, and I couldn't find them, and then I finally Googled it and looked, they're on Shudder. I'm like, okay.
Creep tapes.
Creep tapes. Yeah. So then I go to Shudder, and I'm watching it in bed, and that first one I'm like, no, then the second one I'm like, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not watching the third one. I gotta wait because it was getting me plumb. I didn't want to watch them before we'd done this.
Yeah, see,
because I was afraid it was going to take me out of the creepaverse. If I could say.
Why I didn't subscribe to Shudder right away because I'm like, yeah, well, I didn't like that as much.
Shudder is worth it just to watch Joe Bob.
Yeah, that's
go back and watch
The Last Drive-In.
All the Last Drive-In stuff. It's worth it.
Joe Bob is the greatest. Yeah. You know, one thing that I want to go back to about the climax scene. Did you guys get the same feeling I did? Like, you heard the screaming and the noises, and you really didn't know if it was him and her. And when they came out of the woods, did your heart actually sink a little bit? Like, when you saw that it was him dragging her out, I was like, oh man, I wanted it to.
I expected it.
I expected it, but I really wanted it to be her.
From the way the movie was played out, he was already over the passing the torch thing.
Right, yeah. He was
when they played cat and mouse back and forth enough, it gave him that spark that I need to continue my work.
Yeah.
So that's when he decided she needed to die. But he got a little sloppy because the old creep would have never not finished her to where she would have got out of the grave and come back and got him.
And I don't think the old creep would have stabbed himself either. That was
Well, I
fucking
do
weird.
genuinely believe he
think
was
he
being honest
would've.
with her about wanting to die that night when he told her,
Yes.
"Hey, at the end
He
of
was
this
done. He
24
was
hours,
bored.
I'm gonna be dead. You're gonna kill me. I'm gonna be dead."
Well,
He had
but-
nothing left to live for.
Well, and their cat and mouse thing though was just, I mean, it was uncanny in the chemistry because remember when what was it, the 3-question game she wanted to play with him? Give me three. You got to give me 3 statements. 2 of them are fake. 1 of them's false. 1 of them, he was born 3 months premature, I think. 2, I've never kissed a woman, and I forgot what the 3rd one was.
Oh, and here's my dog.
And she guessed it's premature, and he's like, no, it's number 2. And she's like, what? You've never kissed a woman? He's like, no. And she just grabs him and lays one on him right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that right there, I think, is what sparked that fucking creep back into existence.
It got him
where
going
he
again. Like, 'cause
wanted,
he was like, oh,
yeah,
cool, nice, man. That's cool.
It made it. You remember because his dong was always all depressed and just hanging down, and that fucker was sticking straight out after that. So that got him going again.
You gotta do it,
dude. I think that was a good band name, Creep Dong.
Creep Dong.
The creeping dong. Oh, Metallica get us for a copyright on that motherfucker though. We got to be careful. Lars would be like, they got that from us.
Creep down.
Oh wait, no.
Stand there with
Demon dong.
Demon
dong. You got the voice for that.
Yes.
Dog. It's 3 feet long.
Metal dongs in the night.
Metal demon dongs in the night. There you go. That's the name of the band. That's the name of the band. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's got a great voice, man. Whoever's doing that thing in there.
So let me ask you guys now. I can tell you right now, I did enjoy the second one a lot better than the first one. Even though I thought the first one was good, the second one was outstanding.
The second one,
I was surprised by them both. Yeah. I expected the second one to be a pile of shit because usually once they get a good 100%. First one, and then they get a budget, usually they fall apart. But this one, I feel like they outshined it, but not too much. You know, overly, just a couple notches above it. Yeah.
Well, it was its own creature too. Right, they didn't try to repeat themselves.
Right. But I think together as a movie, like it's like a one long, hour and 3-hour movie. It's like
exactly.
They're both so good, but yet so different, but so cohesive together as one story. It's just. I love them both equally. I do think I like
brilliant storytelling. What more can be said?
See, the way I kind of see it is like watching the first one. If I got a phone call, I'd probably take the phone call. Even though it was a good movie, I would still answer the phone. Now, the second one, I kept getting drawn back in because, he would make the play, then she would make the play, and it just kept going back and forth.
Yeah.
It's like watching tennis.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
And I love to see him out of control because it was kind of like, it was almost like payback for me because I'm like, dude, this guy made me so uncomfortable for an hour and a half. And now to see him like squirming like I was.
Squirming, yeah.
While, that's fucking great. But man, brilliant writing, brilliant acting. For a movie with no gore, no special effects, no soundtrack. It's fucking these movies knocked it out of the park.
Dude, I tell you what's crazy. Like put that image back up of just the killer up there, Z.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, that dude. There is a guy I used to work with at the factory. He was an operator that looks just like him, only more like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah. When I was watching this film, it reminded me of him a lot because their facial features are about the same and their body language is even the same. It was kind of creepy and that probably added to the creep accent to this movie because like there's a dude that used to work in Briggs and Stratton that looks a lot like him and walks. I mean, they have the same walk. It was strange. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the allure of the movie is I think a lot of people have somebody in their lives that they can relate to like that. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God, this dude reminds me of so and so, and he's a fucking creep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But this guy wasn't smart enough to be a serial killer and pull it off, so he's
Yeah.
pretty safe.
But yeah. Fucking tummy
Yeah, so
time.
gentlemen, shall we rate this one?
Yeah, now what'll probably happen, guys, is my legs are kind of getting tired, so I got to get up and move around a little bit.
We got story time coming up.
I'll try
Gotta
to
stick
laugh.
around for story time, Mer.
Yeah.
But all right. But I was
Okay.
gonna get up. Maybe I can.
All right.
Maybe I can get up and walk around and then chime back in on my phone. And
There
then,
you go. That'll work.
And do that, yeah, because I can. Unfortunately, I am getting a new computer chair for Christmas. So this, I'm probably gonna buy it myself. But
and
anyway,
Mur don't want a lot for Christmas.
that's right.
He unleashed the beast, by the way. He asked for that song on.
Yes,
Z's
dude.
Cheese.
If you preemptively ask for the Snow Beast, it's supposed to ward her off for the entire season. So what I did is I asked for it. I asked for Mariah Carey before Halloween was over, because after Halloween she thaws out. And you
Murray,
hear it all the time.
it's been nice knowing you. Cody's going to make a trip up there now, and I'm afraid this is the last episode we're going to have with Murray.
Oh shit!
So you just opened up his
I was
serial
trying to
killer
ward
shit.
off the beast. If you summon
It don't
her
matter.
before Halloween, it's supposed to stop her.
Trav, can you explain
If you
to me
summon her at all,
why
Cody's
did
ready to
everybody
kill
decide
you.
I hated Mariah Carey so much?
Because we all do.
Maybe it was that night you said, "I hate Mariah Carey."
No, it's
Could've been.
He,
Could've been.
he can't stand
Good
her
point.
voice, but he's probably masturbated to their videos a lot on mute.
When she first came out
in the 90s,
she wasn't bad when she first came out. Yeah,
In the 90s, man. I dreamed about making her hit that high note.
we all said that. Yes.
Yeah, and then
can't
she got
even-
into 16-year-old boys, and you were like, "Fuck, I was there one time. Damn it."
That's right.
Yeah, she's like what,
you know
a
what's
55-year-old
crazy? I
woman now,
can't-
60-year-old.
What is that song?
Oh, she's got to be right around.
around.
She's got to be like my age. Yeah.
I think she's about 55. Yeah. That's about right.
Yeah, last year Trav was here. One of our good friends bought me the LP of Mariah Carey's Christmas album,
Oh God.
which
What-
they
you know,
requested I
Wendy's
play
friend,
on my vintage 1986, the best that Sears had to offer Pioneer sound system.
I had one of those back in the old days.
Okay, guys.
Oh, I love mine.
All right, got a guess. I have it right here. How old do you think she is? Take a guess. See who nails it.
I'm going with 55.
Murray's got 55. 57.
I'm saying 52.
Mariah Carey was born on March 27th, 1969, so she is 55 years old.
I told you, man.
Whoa.
Now, you need to ask Murray. Murray was very confident it was 55.
Yes.
I
know this because.
Wait,
when I was
does Mariah have a dong?
Just a little bit older than we were.
She might. She might.
I ain't gonna lie, man. She's got a good booty.
She did. There's a lot of dumping that dump truck now, though. I just saw one where she was getting ready to do her Christmas special.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not holding up well.
Yeah, and I think anytime she talked,
We all have a lot of room to talk, Trav.
I'm not doing bad.
Yeah.
I got on Facebook.
Look at you. Look at you guys.
Unless
Fuck
you
you
take
guys.
your hat off.
I got on Facebook looking at classmates and shit, and I feel pretty good about myself. To tell you the
Now, if
truth.
you're going to go through that angle, yeah, we're not doing that bad.
Every time Trav walks into a room, it's hey.
No, I'm definitely. I'm definitely the opposite of that, man. I look at some of my
Yes.
classmates and be like, "Oh Jesus, I should have been
And-
doing drugs, man."
Yeah, and ladies, calm down. We are going to make a Backwoods guys calendar for all you. So yeah.
Right.
So ladies, calm down.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm looking at February because I got the shortest month, if you know what I mean.
Hey, I got to get that 40 by 60 shot done somewhere. No, hey, yeah, January. That's the coldest month, and we'll blame it on the cold. So you're
Cold.
good.
All right, okay, that's good. That's good.
Hey, I called December though because it's still kind of cold in December too. So I need a little bit to back me up too. I'm not gonna lie.
It can just be a fall-winter catalog or a fall-winter
Yeah,
calendar. At this point.
I'm an old school drag racer. You just run what you brung. That's all you can do. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
Hey,
April.
man, I'm telling you, that is going to be the first song I write with Creep Dong. Is you run what you brung.
You run what you brung.
You run what you brung. I am going to use that for the rest of my life, to be honest. So that is fucking awesome. Baby, you can only run what you
Well,
brung.
if you think about it, women got one up on us. They can go to the doctor and rebuild their shit. I mean, we just got what the good
We ain't
Lord
got
gave
nothing.
us.
We got
There's
horny
nothing the
goats,
doctor
bro.
can do for us. I mean,
Yeah.
you just got to learn to use what you got.
Why haven't they come up with one? You know, like I said, they can rebuild the ladies stuff, but why haven't they at least got us a wheel where we can crank them suckers back up? You know,
dude,
so
they
they stop
do.
bouncing
They
off
have-
our knees.
They do have the power button. They got to be able to insert it.
Yeah, it's a little thing like it's a Nike. Remember those Reebok pumps?
Yeah, the
Oh
pumps.
yeah.
Yeah, hey, it's not going to work for me. I'd
See here, mine
I'd
makes
blow mine up.
Mine was surgically put. Hey, mine
No,
was
I was talking
surgically.
about keeping your boys from bouncing between your knees.
Oh shit, dude. Some days I think about getting rid of
Have
that
it like a
son of
crank
bitch
there,
in my
you
head.
know.
See, guys, mine was rebuilt by the doctors. I touch it, it makes a noise. Here, check this out. Check this out.
Shall we play a game?
See?
Nice.
Yeah.
The only thing that's kind of scary about that is you have to talk into it to make it do that. That's a little
Yeah.
easy.
Oh, I have to go. Come on, say something. Go ahead. It's okay.
Let me know you're still alive. Proof of life. Proof of life.
Wake up! Wake up!
Yeah.
All right. For those just tuning in, we're talking about a movie, Creep and Creep 2.
Creep 2, and we are.
And we need to rate Creep 2. So, Cody,
Right,
this was
yeah.
your pick. Take off. How do you rate it?
Okay. How I'd rate it. First of all, I just have one question to ask you guys before I rate it.
She was dead when I got there.
Exactly. Do you think that he was serious about killing himself and her killing herself? Did he really think that was the way it was going to go?
I think in his twisted mind, I think he believed that to some degree. Like I do think that that he was he thought
in his
he was
obsession.
charming. Yeah.
Yeah.
He thought he was charming her enough to where that she would have been down for something like that. But then again, he did that cat and mouse thing where he said, "I know you're filming this for your show." So it's hard to say, man. It's hard to. He's the creep.
Well,
But exactly, and that's the beauty of it. Yeah, exactly. But he stabs himself like 7 or 8 times. You know, it's not like I stabbed myself once and say, okay, now you stab yourself.
He was trying to kill himself, 100%. I think he was trying to
Well,
kill himself.
I kind of got into it to where he was going to let this one play out from the way he does. He was open to dying.
That was
because
the excitement for him that he didn't know how it was going to go.
He was bored with what he was doing, and after this one, or during this one, he was going to decide. But then I think after they got to playing cat and mouse and it sparked, and especially after she kissed him, I think that ignited him. And he didn't want to die, but he still wanted to keep it on that level, which is why he stabbed himself 2 or 3 times.
Right.
So
See, I
it
thought
left the box open.
Yeah, I thought he was toying with her until he stabbed himself. Then I was like, okay, yeah. You know.
I still think that was part of it, because he's the creep. I mean,
there's other
what
ways
else
to get attention, though. You know.
Yeah, but if she's doubting it at all, and he stabs himself, but he's a very smart motherfucker too, so he's gonna know exactly where he can stab himself, and he's probably gonna be able to survive.
Yeah.
So I think
it'd be like, guys, it's my turn to talk. Listen to me. My God.
We'll be like, Z, leave the record button on, bud. We'll have Poe jump in and close it out.
Well, finishes that. It'll be all right.
That definitely takes. Well, hey, let's get to the rating stuff.
Okay,
then I'm
so
gonna skedaddle, and then I'll log back in on my phone.
Okay, so
Sounds
what do you
good.
rate it then, Cody, for the how many PBRs?
Man, this one, that's a hard one. Like I said, another one. I have to drink less beer with this one.
A lot of dongs in this
I have
one.
to drink because this one. I drink
a hard
all
one.
the beer in the first 20 minutes of the film. I drink all the beer, and then sober up for the rest of it. So,
To get the taste out of your mouth?
To get past the dong. Well, it's not VR. I mean, I didn't watch it in 3D, Trav, for God's sake. But
you know, you're picturing it in your head right now, swinging all the press, shit, fucking creep donging, doing that kind of dance right there.
Oh, shit.
Creep dong. What was the song? What was the song?
Run.
What was the song?
Run what you brung with the creep dong.
Run what you brung.
Oh.
Okay, Cody, sorry. Let you continue.
How many beers, damn it?
Turn to the witches that burn with the witches in the back of my Geo Metro.
Metro with my creep dong. I had a Geo Prism.
The Metros are hard to beat.
Yeah, the Metros were nice. The Prism
The prisms were kind of gay.
Yeah, well, it was my mom.
And the Metros were what?
They weren't as gay as the Prism.
Gayless.
They were only half.
Oh,
my
my goodness.
Creep 2, fantastic film. I loved it from start to finish. I mean, it does what a sequel is supposed to do. It takes the original material and improves upon it. And this movie, I don't care what anybody says, 'cause it's very divisive. I mean, it's like 50-50.
Yes.
Some, fans of the franchise either love the first one or they love the second one. There's no in between. But I've got to give this one 8 PBRs to get past the dong, and then after that, I'm gonna sober up and just fucking soak it up on the way down.
Whoa. Okay. Okay.
Right.
That's a little
Wait,
sexual
so
innuendo right there. Yeah.
Are you soaking up the dong, or what are you soaking up?
No!
This song?
8 PBRs! You heard me, fucker.
I was wondering that too, Trey.
8
I was like,
PBRs to get past the dong. To get past the dong, and then sober up for the rest of it.
Oh, sober up. I thought you said soak it up.
Oh. Yeah.
I said sober up, you fucking sot.
Hey, Cody. Cody.
You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Okay. All right, Mermeister, what do you think?
Well, dude, this one is another one where, when you get past the initial dong shock, you want to stay sober because you're really into it. But the second time,
He's into the dong.
like Cody said, I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to have a good time with this movie. I'm going to watch it and just enjoy it. So I too give it about 7.58 PBRs. Just to get through the initial little bit and ease into it, and then it's a thrill ride from then on. It's not even a thrill ride. It's just a cool little psychological thriller. I love them both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just can't jump into the dong. You got to work into it. You got to ease into it.
No, not if you're the creep. It just comes right
Gotta
out.
hop tall at some bitch a little bit.
And I tell you, it was pretty shocking. Like, you watch the first one and you're like, "Wow, that's awesome," and then the second one, 5 minutes dong. I can't say that because, dude, he did have his dick out right away when he was getting in the bathtub and he was talking to the other dude. He had his schmeckle out and fucking.
I thought he was going to take a shit. That's what I thought he was going to do.
But he was.
It was just a very slight schmeckle, though.
Yeah, you only got half schmeckle there.
Yeah.
So,
Whew. Well,
all right, Trav.
Okay, and for people that are very confused on our rating system now, the more beer you rate it at, the less you like the film. The better the film is.
No, I love this film.
Yeah, see, that's what.
Remember,
Do you
because
not
the more
even know
beer
how
you
a
rate
rating
it at,
system works, Trav?
exactly, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, the more beer you rate it at is how many beer it takes you to get through the film. So the less beer,
that's right,
the better the film is. Do you even know how our rating system is, Cody?
I kind of remember that now.
You
Yeah.
know, see, that's how I thought it went. But this is kind of.
Well, you know what? Hey, hell, all right. For
You're
tonight,
wrong, Trav.
For tonight, it's going to be how many beers did it take to have a great time watching it? There you go.
4.5
Exactly.
beer on this one. I give this one a 4.5, and there's very few films that I give under 5 beer to get through. And this one was good. 4.5
As we
beer.
have explained on the show before, the number of beers, it depends on the type of film.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's just a film you're having fun with and enjoying, of course you're going to drink more beer. But if it's a really bad film, you're going to drink more beer too.
Yeah.
It's
in
all
Cody's
about
defense,
the purpose of the beer.
In Cody's defense, though, he had to have a few extra beer to get that taste out of his mouth. So we'll just leave it at that. So.
Creep dong. I just wanted to say that. All right, Steve, give it your rating.
Brung, what you brung?
Even though I enjoyed this movie even more, except the dong, right? I would definitely give it a 6-pack again. I just think both of them were 6-packs. It could have gone either way. I enjoyed it. Hey, it caught me in a good mood. Like when I watched the second one, because I just love how it was reversed. They didn't make it like the first one where you knew that dude was a serial killer in the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, you just knew it.
Mm-hmm.
But in this one, it's like I was sitting there the whole time wondering, well, is this girl a serial killer too? Because she's sure acting like it, and it had me thinking the whole time. So that's why I enjoyed the second one better. But I would say 6-pack on both because I was just into both.
Fair enough.
I know a boring rating, but it's the truth. Yeah.
No, that's true.
No, not boring at all.
No.
Yeah.
There's nothing boring about a 6-pack.
No.
Yes.
That's straight from the heart, man.
And I think your rating had the less dongs of anybody's in it, so no, it was not a boring rating.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Murray to say shark penis. I know it's coming.
No. I put shark penis in the past. I do say dong a lot, though, man. Maybe I am hung up on that kind of stuff, man.
Hung. Listen to the words. Read between the lines. Yes.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay, Mur.
Okay.
Yeah, here in the backwoods, Mur, you just run what you brung.
It's not your fault though, there, Murray. Grandpa has trained you to be this way over the years, so it's Grandpa's fault.
No, I was gonna say, well, Mur is a lonely man.
Dude. Man, sometimes seeing an old creep dong is the only fucking action I get. Any poor
by the way,
you know what I mean?
Everybody, be sure and visit vortexradio.com to get your upcoming Creep Dong tour tickets for 2025.
Creep Dong, yes, Creep Dong.
Brung what you brung, soak up the dong.
The Run What You Brung tour 2025.
Creep Dong Demons in the Night, the new up-and-coming band by Murray.
Yes,
right,
Creep Dong.
I'm going to get up and walk around a little bit. You guys talk amongst yourself, and I'm going to try to log on my phone in give me about 10, 15 minutes.
Do you want to do news from the Hollar while we're waiting for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, see you guys in a bit.
We can, but You guys can. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. You might do the start the Trav stories.
You want to start the Trav story?
And I'm gonna go walk around with Murr for a while.
Okay, we'll do the campfire
we're gonna go walk
stories.
down by the lake.
Okay.
Wait a
all
minute.
right.
Yes.
So, damn it, those two are gonna go play
Trav,
with each
tell
other's
them about
dongs.
how when we first met.
I can already see it. Too
It's
much
happening.
dong talk.
It has. See, you can hear. It's
This
you know
always happens in
that's
the
you know
Backwoods,
that's
too.
it's always like, remember when you were younger and you're hanging out with your friends and you're seeing some of your first pornos, right?
Yeah.
And you always make fun of the guy that gets up to go to the bathroom. You know. There, we just saw who went to the bathroom. There we go.
Or there's always that one guy that goes, "That's a nice cock."
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's the kid.
"Holy shit!"
That's a kid that sits by himself at lunchtime too. Yeah.
And then they're all like, "I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding." No, every group's got one.
yeah, guys. I'm just joking. I
So-
heard it on a movie. Yeah.
All right.
right.
Do you
Are you ready?
have
I have an
the
intro for it.
background? Let's do
Yes,
it.
I do. Here we go. Now, as you can see, Cody and those guys are gone. I have to add him because he's been in and out all night. So, there we go.
Is he back already?
He is. There we go. And Murray, I'm going to
Awesome.
remove him.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. In fact, you know what? Here, I'm going to do this. Let me lock this. Bring me down here, and I'm going to make it look like you're telling the story. There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
So
There.
the story that I believe Cody's wanting is pretty much the first night we met. And the reason we met is because his sister was dating one of my good friends at the time. And they
My
were
younger
all,
sister, yeah.
yes, his younger sister. And they were all camping out in like a, it's not what
I
we
look
call
younger
camping
than her
out.
now, though.
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like he aged to like the age 55 and stopped, and like she multiplied her age by like 12. And she's gonna kick me in the nuts next time she sees me now. Too. But either that or she's gonna fucking bite me. She's a biter.
See, it's another
anyway.
dong reference. So, yeah.
Reform biter.
So it was city folk camping. So this is like a government campground, is where they had rented a campground. All of us kids were there, and we're hanging out drinking beer. Me and Cody met, and we clicked. I mean, instantly. You know, we both got to talking about horror, and of course, we were the only two there talking about it. So we're all sitting around this big campfire, you know, and everybody's sitting there. Me and Cody get to talking about ways to kill people. And I get on one where like, oh, no, you hang them by their toes before you gut them. And Cody's like, what? And I'm like, well, yeah, but I was like, you have to have each strand the perfect length, because if you got one pressure on one toe, it'll make the one pop, and then the others pop off in sequence, and then they fall and hit the ground before you can gut them. And Cody's like, oh, yeah. We're talking about, and you can see like, there's what was it, Cody, like 20, 25 kids around this campfire when me and you started
there was
talking?
a whole. I mean, it was a big party. Yeah.
And we're going back and forth on shit like this. I can't even remember everything we talked about. And you just see people
kind of
out,
like
you know.
we're just trying to one up each other, really, or
Yeah.
get the other one to trip up, you know.
And you see people just backing up farther from the fire. And then a few of them get so far out, and you hear footsteps of people running away from our camp, going back to theirs. And then there was even some people, you heard them throwing shit in trucks and firing up trucks and leaving the campground from our escapades on that. It was great. And that's how me and Cody came to be.
So basically, Cody, you heard him saying that story, and you're like, dude, I could be friends with this guy.
Oh, it was like that Step Brothers moment.
Yeah.
You want to build bunk beds?
Except we didn't beat our cocks on each other's drum sets.
Oh.
Okay. Now, I do got another campfire tale, and this was from deer season this year. Okay. You remember we had Mr. Robert Prevost on our previous episodes, you know.
The Sasquatch guy.
Investigator. Yes.
Yeah.
And all paranormal investigator. Well,
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Trav,
We
are you
lost
there?
him.
The paranormal has got him.
Yes.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay.
Okay.
So the place that I do, I call it my hunting lease. Well, there's a cabin. I'm not going to say where because they don't want me to. But so where they've been doing some investigations this year, the owner come down for deer season, and he killed a deer. And this was not a small deer, not a big deer, 150-pound deer, you know.
Okay.
So he goes down. Says, okay, cool. He goes back to the cabin to drop off his shit, and they come back to get it and load it on a four-wheeler, and it's gone. I'm talking there's no drag. Like, you know, if somebody grabs a deer and takes off dragging a deer, you can track this through the woods.
So
I mean,
basically,
it gives
this
up
thing
all
was
kinds of
lifted up and carried off.
It's like it was picked up and carried off.
Okay.
Now, I did find cat tracks there this year when I was hunting there. I hunted there 2 times this rifle season.
And for those tuning in, that would be a mountain lion, right?
Yes, a mountain lion.
Good.
But it was small cat tracks. It wasn't a full-grown mountain lion. So now there might have been mama there somewhere. I don't know. But still, it would take a hoss of a mountain lion to pick up a 150-pound deer and carry it
I
off.
was about to say, Trav, even a large alpha mountain lion is still going to drag 150-pound deer.
Yeah,
even a good-sized bear is going to drag it too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All we have is black bears. We don't have great big bears here. So I mean, it's just, and we don't have that many bear around here. It's just weird. Like, I was like, because the one guy's colorblind, he can't see blood, and my other buddy went back to look, and he's like, dude, like, there was no blood.
Hey.
He said there was nothing. It wasn't Cody either. It was a different buddy that's colorblind. the owner of the property's colorblind. But yeah, my buddy Richard went, and he's like, there was no drag marks. There was nothing. And he's like, we couldn't even tell what direction they took off in. It was like something picked that son of a bitch up, put it under their arm, and took off walking. Uh-oh. There we are.
We're there. There we are. Hang on. We're good.
So, yeah, it was weird.
I still hear you.
So, that's my campfire tales. Cody, you got anything you want to enclose on?
I don't know, Trav. You think we ought to tell the owl story?
That's up to you.
That's a cool story. I heard that. That's a cool story.
It is a very cool story. I'll let you start it if you want to, Cody.
I'm okay with it.
Okay, cool. I am
okay.
too.
Well, me and Trav's grandfather passed here a couple weeks ago, who raised me and pretty much half-ass raised Trav too.
Yeah. From my, 17 years and up? At least?
16
when I was 17 years old?
Yeah. You were.
Yep.
But he passed on the Friday before deer season, firearms deer season started here in Missouri, which in Missouri, firearms deer season, that's like as big of an event as Christmas.
Yes, it is.
And, well, he passed on Friday morning, and then in his sleep peacefully, by the way. But then opening morning of deer season was the next morning, and my dad had told us, he said, guys, Granddad would kick you guys' asses if he knew that if you missed opening morning because of him. So me and my cousin Baby T, that we talk about in the show, he's been on the show a couple times, but we all sit opening morning together in a blind and usually get totally polluted and don't even try to kill anything. We sit down there and bullshit and tell stories and have a good time, and that's usually when we tag out too, because for some reason the deer, I guess, find it entertaining that we're so loud and obnoxious and want to go see what's going on. But,
well, they're so
anyway,
used to our
we
drunken asses down there.
Yeah. Well, hell, we have a shooting range here, a 300-yard shooting range, and we'll be out here we got a big round metal plate set up at 300 yards. We'll be target shooting. I mean, just constantly shooting, and there'll be deer walk out in the field below us while we're target shooting.
Mm.
They're so used to it down here. But anyway, me and my cousin sit in this blind that morning and that evening. We get out of the blind right at dusky dark that Saturday evening, and right there's an ash tree right next to the blind, not 5 feet away. Right as we both step out or standing there, this huge hoot owl flies down and lights on the branch, the lowest branch on the tree, which it's not 10 feet away from us. I'm like, oh shit, is this thing gonna fucking attack us or something? Because, I mean, we see owls every now and then out in the woods, but I mean, they're
Not very
nocturnal
often,
creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see them a lot. And when you do, they don't get close to people. You know,
No.
they avoid human contact. But this owl flies down and lights on a branch not 10 foot away from us, and we both kind of freeze, and then we start, you know, I'm like, shit, this thing gonna attack us, and then we start talking and just kind of ease up, and it's just sitting there looking at us, you know, and we stayed there and talked for a good 5 minutes, and it was getting dark, so we just walked on under the tree and past it, and it turned around and watched us walk away, and I just told Baby T, I said that was kind of odd, don't you think? And
very.
But I messaged our good friend and the official paranormal researcher of the Backwoods, Robert Prevost, and I asked him. I said, you know, I just said, hey, is there any lore that you know of connecting owls to the recently deceased? I didn't even tell him what, you know, the circumstances right off of what had happened. He said, yeah, there's all kinds of lore. He said very often you know, they'll an owl is a sign in many different religions and cultures that it is a sign of the recently deceased coming back to basically check on and check on
look
their
after and
survive. Yeah, and look after their surviving family
It's basically the who's who of the afterworld.
The who's who, exactly. Exactly right.
Shut up, Z. Okay,
The
go
who's
ahead.
who. No, that's perfect. But I was just like, wow, really? And then I told him, you know, what happened. He said, yeah, man, I have no doubt that was your grandfather, you know, checking in on you guys, letting you know that he's there watching, and regardless of your religious beliefs or whatever, it was comforting to hear that, and a big shout out and thanks to our buddy Robert Prevost for taking the time out to look into that and provide us with that information. And then when I messaged Trav about it, after I've already had this conversation with Robert Prevost, I hadn't even mentioned it to Trav.
No,
I
you
said,
messaged
and all
me.
I said to him was,
it was like what, late Thursday or Friday?
Yeah, afterwards.
Through the week. Yeah, it was after. It was like, it might have even been the last weekend. I can't remember.
And what was it, Trav? I just said something like, hey, have you had any weird experiences with the owls?
You messaged me and said, hey, well, it was your normal, hey, bud, I may sound batshit crazy on this or something like that, but he's like, I'm going to tell you what happened, you know, with me and Baby T. And you mentioned that you messaged Robert about it, you know, and you told me about the owl thing. And dude, I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it. Because, all right, I go to the woods whenever I'm hurting. Like, that's where I go to talk to God. It's where I get my best clear moments, you know, thinking and all that. It's where I go to heal.
It's like in Footloose. You just go there and dance. You just dance.
Well, not really. I sit in a tree and wait for something to fucking kill. But anyway,
same thing.
So
same thing.
I'm out there and
dance.
So, but this year, I mean, and it seemed like every day I went out, and which I had most of the week off, and especially, I mean, well, my granddad was on because I mean, this man was, I mean, he wasn't biologically my grandpa, but he knighted me with his cane in the field, his grandson. Like, he was giving me a story of King Arthur one day, and I'm like, this is not granddad's usual stories. I have never heard him talk about knights. He's like, come here. And I turned sideways, and he takes his cane, and he said, I hereby dub you my grandson. And he knighted me his grandson in the field one year. And I don't know if that old man would ever know what that meant to me, but that just meant the world to me. And and cut back to where we're going with this one. I was hearing freaking an owl every day, if not seeing one right up there by me. I mean, close.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good God, there's a lot of owls out here this year. And it especially when Granddad was like really heavy on my heart when I was thinking about him a lot. I mean, there's a lot of times I was tearing up, and I would get a big hoo-hoo. It didn't matter what time of day it was or nothing. But almost every day I was in the woods this year on deer season, and I hunted multiple locations. Cody knows me. I know the woods around my house like crazy. And I always heard an owl, if not seen it. And it just, I mean, when he told me the story, I'm like, holy crap, dude. And ever since then, since we've talked about it and we both feel like it was kind of like Granddad checking on us, hey, I'm okay. You guys are okay, you know. I'm watching you. Ever since then, when I've been out in the woods, I haven't heard an owl since. I mean, it's just, it's a wild story. It's comforting. It really is. And if that's a fluke, that's a hell of a fluke, because I've hunted in these woods my whole life, and I've never heard an owl every day. Now, I have if I've hunted in the same spot consistently, and that's where that owl set up. But I moved around, and it's almost like the owls follow me.
Well, and owls usually come out at night too, most of the time. You know.
Yeah, and this is like it'd be early in the morning. Like I wait till I can see good, especially during rifle seasons. I don't want somebody to shoot my ass before I ease out to my spot, and it'd take me forever. And it's liable to be 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. Excuse me, and I'll hear this owl. And then when I go back out in the evening, I was hearing an owl, if not seeing one. And yeah, and owls are usually nocturnal, and that was just. It was mesmerizing the way our stories coincided there.
That's very cool. Yeah. I know when Cody told me that story on the phone, I was telling him about my buddy DJ, where his mom passed away, and they believed, because she was from Bermuda, they believed that cardinals, that if they showed up, that's the sign that they're checking up on you. Well, he was at his brother's house, who lives like a couple miles from his house, and sure enough, there was a cardinal, and there's Mom, right? Dan gets home, and he's got 3 cats at his house that go in and out, right? He gets on his back porch or on his deck, and there's a cardinal with its throat ripped out. Because the bird's, the cat got the bird. Damn. So he calls his brother, and he says, yeah, if Mom showed up at my house, she didn't make it. Sorry, Mom. So... And the funny thing is she used to always talk about the cats too, like about how they kill too much stuff in the yard, you know? And here she showed up to say goodbye, and cats got her. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so it was just yeah. No, but that is a great story, because you got to think there's got to be something to that story, that you guys are talking about with the owls. You guys were both close to them, and like you said, you've been in those woods your whole life, and stuff like that never happened.
Time out in the woods. No.
And what are the odds it happens after he passes?
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially an owl. I mean, because owls see better at nighttime and in the dusk than they do during the day. And for them to get that close to them 2 drunk bastards stumbling around a damn hunting blind coming out of it, and
yeah,
and
it would have been.
Baby T's not a small character. Baby T looked more like a damn grizzly bear stumbling around coming out of it than he would anything. And that owl just can land there, and and the light there and look at him. Yeah.
Since he's around you guys in spirit, you need to tell him he has to show up like Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars, where he's kind of glowing. That's how he should show up,
Granddad would show up more like the Riders in the Sky, though. Johnny Cash song there.
Yeah.
He'd go pretty good and drunk, be out there pissing by the fire, and then come running by you with the horse with the hooves on fire. Probably laughing at you.
I do have to admit, I was hoping to meet him when I come down next year to see you guys, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, you definitely missed out.
Because you described him with the long shotgun and everything. I was like, oh, I got to see this. This is like Hatfield and McCoy stuff to me. I got to see this,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, I have a
definitely
lot
one
of
of a kind.
video.
Yeah.
We do.
Well, I'll come down. I'll bring some Wisconsin beer. We'll have a few beers in his honor. There you go.
Sounds good.
All right,
Sounds good.
then. I take it that is our story time.
Yep.
Unless Murray wants to tell a story. Mr. Creep Dong.
Creep Dong.
Yeah, is there any way that you can could you not have my face on the camera?
I probably
hold
could.
Hold on. I know what I could do. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
how
right,
to do-
folks.
Here.
Murr's back, and this
Here,
time
I'll
he's
do this.
running what he
All
brought.
right, I got it. Here we go. Yeah, because I just don't want to. Where'd old Trav Twit go?
Oh, he's there. He's
right
just.
here. Yeah, I know. It's
black.
We had some people complain about him, so we had to, hide his video.
Had to
So,
black him out. All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, I logged in on my phone, so I didn't want you to look up my nose or all that kind of stuff. So God,
and he's not wearing pants. So yeah.
No, that's what I did. I did what I did right away. I took off my pants so I could move around and get free and everything. So
Yes.
but you can hear me all right, right?
Oh yeah.
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 Good. All right. Yeah, I only got I guess one weird story to tell, along the creep factor story. Okay. It was me and my buddy Harvey and a two girls and another guy. And we were driving around in my 79 Monte Carlo. And we used to go on what we called a stone cruise, where we would drive around and, smoke copious amounts of marijuana and just listen to music and do stupid shit. So we were driving out in the country, and over by about 20 minutes from my house, we got this place called Avon Bottoms, which is swampland on both sides of this road. And it's kind of like a forest preserve kind of deal. And people have been talking about how it's haunted for years, all this stuff. But the whole point being is it's really creepy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got these girls in the back and we're driving around and I'm kind of trying to be a creep at that point. And I'm like, we're going to go down the creepy road. We're going down the creepy road. And I was just trying to creep them out to all high hell. So we're going in and we're going into Avon Bottoms, right? And there's, like I said, it's swampland all around. It's really creepy. Mm-hmm. Well, we get over this hill. And right when we get over the hill, we literally see 20 cop cars, 5 detective cars, sedans, and this hazmat recovery vehicle right at this bridge that overlooks the river that goes through the bottoms and everything. And we're so fucking stoned. We're like, oh my God, what the fuck? And there are cops everywhere. And this is like a deserted, creepy road that literally 2 minutes before there was nobody on this road, just us. And we get over and then we come to a dead stop on the bridge. There's 10 detectives in suits and cops surrounding us. And we're thinking, oh my God, dude, if we even roll down the window, we're going to jail because we smoked so much weed. This is not cool. And this is after me oh, it's going to be creepy. We're going to creep you out.
Never mind, we're going to fucking jail.
Right? We are there at the exact moment they are pulling a body out of the fucking water.
Oh, damn.
And we're like, holy fucking shit. And the cops tell us to get moving and to keep going. And we just kept going. They pointed to us to keep it moving and everything. And they're just mean mugging us and staring at us what the fuck? And come to find out, these 2 guys kidnapped this girl and beat her to death with a hammer. And they dumped her body right by where we were at. and they just happened to find her and be pulling her out of the body or pulling her out of the water right when we showed up.
Damn.
And
Saturday night in Ripley County.
Yeah, that's it. Just another night, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we were freaked out for a while. And if you go on like Haunted Wisconsin or type in Avon Bottoms, the story of her always comes up. Like they found this body in the water and she was killed. And there was this old church that's on the other side of the bridge, which is where it's rumored that the KKK used to meet at this church. And had like it has one of those weird neon red crosses on it. And they said if the cross isn't lit, that's when the KKK was meeting there. So the whole area is like totally creepy, like swamplands. They find dead bodies there. They think there's like these creatures called the dogmen that live in the. So,
Oh, yeah, our buddy Robert Prevost is all about the dogmen.
oh
he's
yeah,
doing some
is
new
that guy that
investigations on
was on
them.
the show with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. But yeah, that's the big thing. And so we ended up trying to freak out these girls really bad, and ended up getting fucking totally freaked out ourselves. And definitely
I
one of
should
the
think
weirdest
so.
things. One of the weirdest things I've ever been through, man. So
There's a
not
picture
totally
of
creepy, but
there's a picture of Murray poking the body with the stick.
no, we kept the windows up. We didn't want nothing to do with those cops. I mean, there was like on this weird little ass country road, man. There was. I've never seen that many detectives in my life, man. Where'd code go?
Uh-oh. We lost the code.
Lost the code, Meister, dude. We lost the code, Meister. Oh, there's something going on there.
Yeah.
He probably had to go tinkle.
Probably.
That's what I had to do. I had to get up and tinkle and have myself a smoke treat and all that stuff,
He's
you
like,
know.
I'm the only one that sat here the whole time.
Right, that's because you're tough, man.
I've got
You're
a
tough.
bladder like a walrus.
You're the
I got
producer.
I got a wireless headset. I just flip my little mic up and go to my drain in my basement and go tinkle and come back.
I could tell it because you could hear when you shut your mic off, so I know when you do it.
Yep.
So yeah, you're one of them
Just like that.
you're one of them drain dumpers, man.
Yeah, well, there used to be a toilet set up down here, but when I bought the house, it's all out, but the drain's still there, so it's still usable.
That works, man.
I just pour a little water down it, a little bleach down it every now and then, and it's all good to go.
Yeah, ain't no shame in that game.
It's just awkward when the kids come down.
No. Well, usually when we're doing the show, the kids aren't here. So.
Yeah.
It's always a bonus, man.
Yeah, my wife's used to it, so it ain't nothing new. You know?
Oh, I was going to say, she's probably watching the show. I knew it!
She's just like, thank God he's not pissing in the bed this time.
Hey, it has happened a couple times, I ain't gonna lie.
Yes. He shoots
You ever had that
scores.
You ever had that dream where you're pissing and you wake up, oh shit, you're pinching her off running to the bathroom?
Yeah, dude. And see, it's even worse when you're a guy my size, man. You're fucking wake up, oh Jesus! Takes you 20 minutes to get there. You're just fucking.
And as you roll over the stream,
especially when you got that fucking shag carpet everywhere, that shit's like a sponge, just soaks everything.
I'm about to say, at least it's absorbent. Yeah.
Yeah, but this time of the year, the windows are shut and everything's dry, so it's like static electricity in shag carpet. And you walk and you see sparks.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you pee, it instantly shocks your dick.
Yeah, it's like an electric fence. Yeah.
So you don't want none of that mess.
Don't drink Everclear.
Did you notice Murray got back on here and we're talking about penises again? See that?
Man, it's not my fault, dude. It's not my fault, man.
The creep dong is strong with this one.
The dong is strong.
I got other jokes.
Hey, in Murray's defense, he's just running what he brung.
That's right,
Oh,
man. That's all I can do, man.
oh, Miyagi say, the mer, he rack a discipline, but he's strong in the dong.
Murray-san! Murray-san!
Whack on, whack on.
Oh, Murray-san.
Whack on, whack off. Yeah.
Enough with the dong talk. I'm gonna bust out different jokes now. I ain't gonna do that anymore.
All right, guys, we need to do the do you have any news from the Hollar, Cody?
I'll make some up.
You want to make something up? Okay, let's see here.
Sounds good. My computer's dead, so I don't. I had some shit saved on there, but
okay, you ready? Here we go.
Hey there, friend, got news to share from the Hollar where lands lake bare. Cordy's tales, they'll make you grin. For the moonshine, let's begin.
All right.
Now, see, if it's any condolence, now I can't see the video on my phone.
Yeah. And this just
really?
Mur
What
saw
kind
a
of phone
body.
do you have, Mur?
I got a Samsung S9, dude. It's fucking
old.
Yeah.
But that sounds newer than my iPhone 8, though. At least it's got a number 9 in it.
Yeah. Well,
hey, my computer that I'm on right now is 10 years old. So
yeah,
man, we're all in the same boat, man. We're all good except Steve. Steve's got all the good stuff, you know.
I gotta have the toys, man. Yeah.
That's because
Okay,
he's
Cody.
a Hollywood coke-whore. He can afford all the good shit.
Oh.
Just when I think you've said the stupidest thing ever, you keep talking.
It's what we do on this show.
that's the general premise. Yes. Terrifier 3 is now available on digital and on demand.
And I heard that Terrifier 4 is going to get away from doing the holiday thing, where it's not going to be on a holiday, I guess, in the story.
Well, I hadn't heard that. Well, yeah. That'd be good.
Yeah, because I read something that's breaking its character because it seems like each one they're on some kind of holiday. Like, you know, there's Halloween, there's Christmas, and
I thought
the first two were Halloween.
The whole thing where he comes out on the holiday and does the shit. But anyway, it's their movie. They can do what they want.
I'm okay with that. I still haven't seen Terrifier 3, but everybody that
awesome.
I have talked to that saw Terrifier 2 and loved it have said Terrifier 3 is even better, exponentially better at that, and which has me, I went into Terrifier 2 with extremely low expectations and was friggin' blown away by it. So more power to him. Damien Leone.
I'm gonna ask
is amazing.
I'm going to ask the question for Big Mur. Is it dong better?
It's, I haven't, I'm ashamed of myself. I have not seen Terrifier 3 yet. I
haven't either.
Yeah, I get 5 minutes into it and I get distracted and I start watching something else and I'm like, nah, dude, I want to pay attention to this fully. Then I'll try to watch it again.
Now, the question is there not enough dong to keep your attention on Terrifier 3?
Well, there's not enough gore. There's not enough dong, but there's plenty of gore to keep it going. So, I mean, if you saw a shriveled up white dong, that might make it a little bit better. But
Creep 2 has ruined your viewing capability, hasn't it? If there's no dong, you're not watching.
Hey, Murray, when you were younger, Murray, did you play Ding Dong Ditch?
No, my dong fetish didn't start till later on.
Okay.
It didn't start till I saw Creep 2.
Murray, do you like eating ding dongs?
No ding dongs, no nothing. I was a normal guy, and then I saw Creep 2, and
now it's all about the dong.
Hey, you know
what?
what?
I'm all donged out.
I am actually still disturbed from that kill scene in the second one with the salt.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Salt. Don't forget about the bleach.
Oh my lord! It's because he leaves and you think it's over with, and he comes back. It's like,
and he's so happy.
Yeah. Now the third movie is awesome, though. Yeah, I love the third.
Yeah, I like what I saw at Terrifier 3. It wasn't that I didn't like the movie. it was that I liked it quite a bit, and I wanted it to have my undivided attention. But maybe I've just tried to watch it at the wrong times. But I'm definitely going to watch it soon. So.
Well, what do you guys think? Should we do that for a Christmas episode, or you got
Yeah,
something else in
that's
mind?
fine.
I could have it available. You want to watch it? Actually, watch it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
We could do the wild, the Backwoods movie theater thing again if you want.
You guys
That
want
may
to
not
do
work.
that?
I don't
Up
know
to
if
you
I
guys.
can watch it with you guys, though, is the only thing.
Yeah, now see, if we do that, if we do the watch parties, I'll probably do all the watch parties from my phone. And that's because that's easier for me with my eyes and everything. So as long as you're fine with not seeing my lovely face when we do it, but
we can see it close up.
Activate your fucking iPhone 11 already.
No, it's a 14. I haven't activated it
14.
yet. Yeah.
Oh, so you do have a better phone then.
Yeah, I just haven't. My wife bought it for me. I just haven't activated it in like a month and a half yet.
Yeah, he's still going on his iPhone 8.
Yep.
It's sometimes good stuff is hard to get away from. Like that's why I haven't.
I've never had any good experiences with an iPhone.
Yeah, dude, I hate iPhone.
I'm Android man. All
I'm
the way.
an Android guy. I can't stand Apple products.
Android technology. I deal with that shit all the time because GM went to Android technology, and I've got to frickin' do all kinds of rewrites, reboots, and all kinds of shit with them all the time.
All right, so the next episode. Now, it'll be the 16th, right? December 16th. So yeah, you want to do the Christmas one because we won't be doing anything the week of Christmas, obviously.
Yeah.
So
guys, well, we got all of us here. Do you guys want to do Terrifier 3, or I mean, are there any other movies you want to do? I don't want to.
Well, how about this?
Why don't
we
I
all?
wouldn't care to do National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, even if you guys want to do that. What do you guys want to
away from? Everybody does National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation on podcast this time of year.
You're right.
Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
Silent Night, Deadly Night. Yeah.
Garbage Day.
It's Garbage Day.
I don't know what. Why don't we go with the wheel, whoever's turn it is, and let them pick a Christmas movie from the wheel? Whose turn is it?
Well,
I don't think we have only Christmas movies on the wheel, do we?
No, we don't know.
No, from whatever genre you get is what you pick.
Pick a Christmas movie from the genre?
From that genre, yeah.
That
would keep
not
us
a
from
bad
doing,
idea. Yeah.
That would keep us from being repetitive.
Excuse me, man. I got a cough today.
Well, who wants to pick?
Well, Steve, you haven't.
I did the last one. This was Cody's, so it would be either Steve or Murr would be the next one in line.
And I did Modern Problems. I don't think Steve's had one since.
Steve, you're up.
Since
right,
Steve,
your turn.
Spin the wheel. Make
I
a
haven't
deal.
had one since Student Bodies. Has it been that long?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a couple days.
It's been that long.
Okay, I don't mind. I mean, I'll let somebody else pick if they want. That's cool.
No, spin the wheel, make a deal.
Nay. I say nay.
Nay.
And if it doesn't work out, you have to go into the Thunderdome. 2-man enter. 1 man leave.
One man leave. 2 enter.
I had to
1
think about
scared.
that for a minute.
Yeah.
I was about to say 1 man dong, but Murr's got me stuck on the dong now.
Yep.
I was trying to think. Whoa, what happened here? Hello?
You're still there.
All right, good. I don't know what the hell's going on. Huh.
All right. Well, here's the picker thing. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
Monster
Christmas
movie.
movie. Monster Christmas movie. You got your work cut out for you on that one.
Yeah, that's kind of a strange one, man.
I don't think a gremlin would be a monster, would it?
Well,
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Gremlin's a monster.
That's
And
the
Gremlin is
first
absolutely
Christmas movie I watch
freaking
with my kids every year.
Yeah, and there's something really nice to look at in that movie too.
Phoebe Cates, man.
Do you got a gremlin fetish?
Yes,
Hey,
Phoebe. I got a Phoebe Cates fetish. is
You
what
know
I
that
got.
little
Phoebe
hooker
Cates.
gremlin was kind of hot. I mean, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna judge you, Z, if you're in.
I'll think.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
about it.
definitely
Give it a
into the
day or two.
Flashdance Gremlin.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the socks. Yeah.
I didn't even know
the flasher.
I didn't even know there was
I
gremlins
can
in it.
relate to him.
To Phoebe Cates.
Oh, you're on the wrong movie, Big Mur. You're thinking of what is it? Red Hot American Summer.
No, that was Fast Times. This is the one where she comes out of the pool.
Fast Times at Ridgemont
But no,
High.
she is
That's
in
what I'm
Gremlins
thinking
though.
of.
She's in
Yeah,
Gremlins.
she's in Gremlins too. She's pretty
She's
hot.
dressed down a lot in Gremlins though.
And I can really relate to Phoebe Cates because her father in that movie also died by falling down the chimney and breaking his neck. Shut up, Dad!
I was like, what the hell?
I was like, whoa, dude.
I was like, wait, I just saw your dad on camera a couple of weeks ago. What the hell, you know?
You know,
Oh
dude,
damn.
that's part of that movie Gremlins that I was like, man, there's a lot of kids that are watching Gremlins, man. That's a little bit rough to talk about during a movie like that. But then I guess
So great though that it's something for everybody. Gremlins is a fucking dark, a dark comedy.
It is a good
that
movie,
has
and
something for everybody. I mean, it's a kids Christmas movie, and it's
And
also
You could
an
consider
adult
it. You
Christmas
consider
movie.
it Disney now.
yeah, and that
Kinda,
movie,
yeah.
that movie has that guy in it too. So the guy that's in like every '80s movie.
look out.
All right.
That
What's
guy
his
Dick
name?
Miller.
The guy with the
Yeah.
tractor. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
that
Dick
guy.
Miller.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was
yeah, that guy. Yeah, that was that documentary
That guy,
about him.
Dick
That
Miller.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah, Dick Miller.
Oh, yeah, that's what they called it. That guy. Yeah, he was in there. He was
Yeah.
pretty much in everything.
Well, like I said, I'll take a
everything
day or
from
two and
the-
think about it. So
from the
Yeah.
60s on. Yeah, just think about it and let us know.
because there's got to be like one out there that's just ridiculous, you know?
Yeah, I can't.
Oh.
God, I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I'll do some research on that.
Elves. Elves is a fucking ridiculous one.
Yeah, I
there
don't
are
have
so
the
many
str-
good Christmas.
I don't have
there
the
are
strength
more
for that.
good Christmas horror movies than there
Well,
are good
all right, here
regular
you want
Christmas
you want a
movies.
Christmas monster movie?
Yeah, it's got to
It's
be a
the-
Christmas monster movie.
It's the Mariah Carey concert, Christmas concert.
Oh, Z's got it right there. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
No,
You
I'll
got
find
it.
something good. If I can't find anything good, then I'm probably gonna pick Gremlins. Okay.
I already see it. We're going to be watching the live broadcast of Mariah's Christmas special. Yep.
All I want for Christmas is cyanide.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of Christmas is Christmas. Yeah.
So Murray's talking on his phone or doing something because he's muffled.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing anything. I'm here.
Okay. Okay.
But my battery's almost dead, so I'm gonna let you guys go anyway.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
yeah, we're pretty much at the end here now.
Yeah.
One thing I do
I don't
want
have a
to.
lot more news.
You got more news?
Well, I don't have a lot more news.
Oh, go ahead.
Just that Eli Roth is returning to direct Thanksgiving 2 at the early
Electric
in
Boogaloo.
2025. Electric Boogaloo, yes.
Yes.
That don't sound too bad.
It
The
wasn't
first one wasn't
that
very
bad.
damn
It
good.
wasn't that good. No.
Good God. I'm
Well,
sorry. You know, the damn language in that one was bad enough it turned me off. I was like, goodness gracious.
Well, it's not
It's
worse
like-
than listening to Grandpa on the radio. You know, it was
No, it's
calmer
worse.
than that.
Oh my gosh, it was worse than Grandpa. It was like, my God, I wouldn't watch it with my kids. in the same room. I was like, man, I turned it off after like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, to be
Yeah.
honest, I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I mean,
Yeah, it was horrible because I was one of them I kind of threw on when the kids were running through the house, this and that, and I'm like, no, it's bad enough it turned me off from it. It was like every
If
other
we
freaking
didn't-
word.
If we didn't have the fantastic Grindhouse Thanksgiving trailer to go off of, this movie probably would have been a little higher for me.
yeah,
The trailer was so good. The
It
trailer
done
was like
nothing, yeah.
70s Grindhouse. It was 70s
trailer-
Grindhouse.
The
style.
trailer and the movie
And then they
do
made
not match at all.
Yeah, they made a they made a 90s slasher is what they did. And if there's one thing we know about 90s slashers is almost the few of them we got, almost all of them suck.
yeah, I agree.
Oh, I'm listening to you guys talk in the news, but I'm also looking at movie monsters. Santa Jaws.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
Sci-fi. Oh my god.
Jesus. Oh my god.
Oh, there's one that's got fucking
Keep
gold.
in mind.
There's a
Keep in
werewolf.
Mind, Z, we would all
werewolf
like
Santa.
to have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Santa's
Hey,
Slaves.
The Munsters
Check out-
Christmas.
Look up that movie, Santa's Slaves.
That's got Goldberg in it, don't it?
Yeah,
Santa
yeah.
Sleigh. That is fucking awesome.
Oh, wait,
It's not
I know
a,
that
It's
one.
not a monster, but it's great. I love
It's
it.
not really a monster movie, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, that's kind of a,
Let's say Z's got his work cut out for this one. That's
See,
gonna be a
there's
tough one.
there's one I've been talking about, the mean one. That's the Grinch.
Really?
But from 2022, yeah. But I don't know. I've never seen it. I just saw an ad for it. Then I see
I haven't seen it
Krampus. Oh, but go with the news. I'm sorry, Cody. Go with the news.
Oh, I was just gonna do a quick in memoriam. This last week we lost the star of the original Slumber Party Massacre, Michael Vieira, passed away. The driller killer himself.
Oh, really? I am.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think the Driller Killer in part 1 was better than part 2? Or do you guys like part 2 better?
I'm not sure. It all kind of runs together for me. It's been a while since I watched them.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too.
Yeah, I
Okay,
can't
well-
say that because I just watched them the other day.
Ah.
I just
Now we got
watched
another
part
one.
2 the other day. So they're kind of fresh on me mind.
Now we got another that we
Memoriam.
gotta mention too. In memoriam too, we gotta mention we lost Tony Todd here recently, the Candyman.
Yeah, yeah.
He fought a pretty decent battle with cancer, but in the end, his candy wasn't sweet enough. So he was a great actor. Not only that, a great guy. It's like he was really good friends with. Yeah, horrible joke. I know, but
sorry.
But two of my favorites, old Reggie Bannister and his wife were actually really close friends with him. And they had they did a little deal where they talked about how great of a person he was and how he was always friendly and just a really great guy all the way around, more than just a Hollywood actor.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad that he's gone, man.
No, I know. Yeah, which I didn't realize. I'd been following him for a while, and he finally started posting again. And like he posted one where like he was like only the best, and he had a cigar that was like split open and infused with some marijuana. And I was like, damn, your fingers look old. You're not that old. And then I started looking. I was like, oh shit, he's battling cancer. Yeah, no wonder his fingers look like that. So
Hey, and it was a comedy, but Young Frankenstein. We lost Terry Garr.
Yeah,
Terry Garr,
and the ultimate horror character of all time, Chuck Woolery, the game show host.
See, he's getting a bad rap these days, man. The young kids don't like him, dude.
Yeah.
It's I've seen a lot of really horrible stuff from people written about Chuck Woolery. I'm like, what the hell, dude? I grew up with that guy, man. Chuck
Yeah.
Woolery was the king of whoopee, dude.
Yeah, they just can't make the love connection, I guess.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
guess he said some. I guess he said some hurtful things about the LGBT qua.
Whoop-de
And
fucking do. Like I have.
Yeah.
you know, that's
Yeah.
what
Fuck
I'm
'em.
like, who gives a
You
shit?
know what?
Woke,
That's
woke is over. As
woke's
anybody
over.
hasn't been keeping up with the news.
Trump's
Yeah.
back
Any
in.
news.
Fuck your fucking feelings. There we go.
Who them fucking woke bastards, man? I hate
Well,
woke.
Give me a
yeah.
hug, though.
Yeah. I'm not
Yeah,
into woke
it's
either.
Chuck Woolery,
Sorry.
man. He was pretty awesome.
You can do what you want in this country. I don't give a shit. But don't push it on anybody else.
Yeah, just keep
Amen.
it to yourself,
Exactly.
man. You
Do
know.
your own. I'll do my own. Don't push it on me, and especially don't push it
Yeah.
on my
It's like,
kids.
you know, it's like, I mean, I like talking about dongs. I don't try to push it on anybody. But you know, I really don't. Actually.
It always goes back to the dong.
I
Dong, where's my automobile?
It was an opportune time, man. Well, I got to plug in my phone here.
Oh, Murray's like, oh, no more Yankee my wanky. The donger need food.
I do need food, there, man. I haven't had much for dinner yet, so I got to fucking bust out some.
What else you got, Cody?
That's about it.
Hey, and there's a movie that Murray is actually really excited to see pretty soon here. Popeye the Slayer Man.
Yeah, I was going to bring
That
up.
does look interesting.
That's the other one I was going to mention. Yes, I'm so glad you brought that up. That
Tag
I saw
team.
the trailer.
See, teamwork.
It looks fantastically awful.
I know, yeah, dude. I was going to say it looks so bad it's good. You know, like something that Trauma would do or something, man. But
Now,
yeah,
now,
those kind of movies. That's what I'm into, man. I'm into the so bad.
well, this next one will be right up your alley then, Murr. I mean, this is one you were talking about early on. They're doing a remake to Dances with Wolves, only it's going to be Dances with Dongs.
Hey, nice. Nice where all the Indian fellas are nude and they're running around.
You ever been in a cockpit before?
No, sir, I've never been up in a plane before.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Sounds like my kind of movie. Starring Kevin Costner.
Kevin Cockner.
Kevin Costner, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Cocksmer.
Cocksmear.
That's what we used to call him. Instead of Cocksmear is what we used to call him.
Chief Creep Dong. But all right, man.
You know,
the next episode,
that is another movie that was very good, though, that Kevin Costner done was Mr. Brooks. Have you ever seen it, Code?
No, I've never seen that one.
That was a good one, yes.
He told me to watch
Oh,
it with him and William Hurt.
It is awesome. You guys gotta watch.
I
Brooks.
you know, hey, I'll go out on a limb and say it. I like him as an actor. I really do. I like his
Oh, I
movies.
do too. Yeah, he's a great actor.
Is Mr. Brooks the one where he's like a serial killer?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's hidden, and then he finds out his daughter has his lineage.
Yeah.
It's good, Code. You gotta watch it. Well, we'll have to cover it one day.
I haven't seen it. I
You've
saw
told
it
me about it.
once years ago.
Yeah.
Time and time again.
I
really
haven't
do need to get
seen
around
it.
to it.
I haven't seen it in probably 8, 9, 10 years. But yeah, it's good.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. The audio version of this show is going to be on Vortex Radio tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So if you want to listen to that while you're working, anything like that, or you missed the show, shame on you if you did. You can listen to that right there. And I do have an announcement. Coming soon, there is a new show coming to Vortex Radio, and that is going to be Tyree's Tavern. He's going to be playing country, Texas country and Southern rock. And I will notify everybody when it starts. So Tyree, welcome aboard on this one.
Cool.
All right.
Good. And eventually we're going to get Big Mur to go live on a show. We're going to get him on there. We're kind of discussing some things.
Yeah, I'm going to do a show. I think it's going to be called Mondo Rando, which is just me talking about stupid shit. Because I'm not
Mondo
too
Dongo?
Sold.
Nope. I will never talk about
Mondo Dongo. You heard it here first, folks.
Nope. I'm never even bringing it up.
That kind of rolls off your tongue, though. It really does. I mean,
Mondo Dongo.
Yes. Let me show you how I could make your Thursday evening good with my penis. That'll be his catchline.
It's kind of like a Puerto Rican porn. Mondo Dongo.
Mondo Dongo. He's like an
And
old Riverdale.
everybody, be sure and check into the Vortex Media store for all our great T-shirts, mugs, glasses, and other awesome apparel, including the debut album of Creep Dawn.
Creep Dawn, yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to air the
we're
whole
working
thing on Vortex Radio.
on getting Big Mur's Clone of Willie on here too. So I mean, it's in the works.
We're gonna have that in the wheel. It's gonna be like the dawn going like that, you know.
Movies that feature.
So
that'd be wrong though, because if it gets too excited, there'll be like 4 or 5 picks wherever it goes. You know, I mean that can get messy.
Oh God. That's just wrong. That is so wrong.
I know.
Yeah, we just lost 8 listeners.
But we gained 24. There's some sick fucks out there.
Well, we seem to be pretty popular in San Francisco right now for some reason. I don't.
Damn it, Mur.
Take what you can get, man. All right, well, shit. I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna log off here because my phone's dying.
But we're gonna close this off because I'm looking at Cody, and Cody looks like he's pretty tired. I think it's nighttime for Cody.
Yeah, I gotta go
he
to bed.
always looks like that.
Yeah.
Got to do some stuff tomorrow. So.
Yes, and we will be back in 2 weeks with this, and I will figure out a Christmas monster movie.
Monster movie. You got your work cut out for you,
It
sir.
would be. It's ironic that you guys give me the Christmas movie pick, and I can't stand Christmas. Okay. I'm the
We're
Christmas
gonna bring
monster.
you around, don't worry.
Yes. But we will be back in 2 weeks. Tomorrow morning, like I said, the audio version of this. And tomorrow night, there will be no Golden Oldies on Vortex Radio tomorrow. Taking a break from that. But the dog pile will be on tomorrow night, and we've got a very good show coming up for that one. We got a lot on that one. So, but yes. And you're going to see some changes on here. I've been talking with Cody, and I'm going to be talking with Travis and Murray.
Like me and Cody's fired.
No. Hey, this is the way I described it, and this is the way I'm kind of thinking. We have a turkey, right? That's this show, right? The turkey's fine. Let's just put some sides around it, you know?
Yeah.
Let's spice up the dinner table a little bit, you know? Just a thought. Don't mess with the butterball. Balls. So, yes. Okay. All right. And with that, guys, we're going to call it an evening. Thank you for everybody who watched and commented. So, yes.
In closing, I would just like to say, in a world full of Winnie the Poohs, be a Popeye the Slayer man. And don't forget to run what you brung.
Run!
Yes.
I like it.
Yes. And we'll say one more congratulations to Cody for getting engaged. Good for you. You and Krista. She's a good girl. Take care of her. She's a good girl.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yes. So I'm glad it's you and not me. Okay? I've been down that road. No more. So, but yes, we will be back in 2 weeks, everybody. Like I said, thank you for everybody watching, commenting. Thank you to everybody who supports us as far as on Dognut Media and Vortex Radio. We do appreciate it. It means a lot to us. So thank you so much. And you guys have a terrific evening, and we'll see you with something for Christmas in 2 weeks. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good night, everybody.